massage or massage your face without hands. Give your face a workout. Get it ready so you can enunciate her so you can look really upset. Yeah, exactly. You gotta have that versatility. Okay, switch your eyes open real tight. Open real wide. Switch your eyes open real tight. Open them really wide. Switch your eyes open tight. Open them real wide. That was my favorite thing we did in choir. So anybody, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Anybody should do this. Do you want to do the energy pass? Yeah. Okay, you start. Or should entering and exiting. So enjoy the show. Thank you.
It always seems so to us, but now in the division of the kingdom it appears not which of the dukes he values most. For our qualities are so weighed that curiosity of neither can make choice of either's moiety.
Is not this your son, my lord?
His breeding, sir, hath been at my charge. I have so often blushed to acknowledge him that now I am raised to it.
I cannot conceive you.
Sir, this young fellow's mother could. She had a son for her cradle there, she had a husband for her bed. Do you smell a fault?
I cannot wish the fault of it undone, the issue being so proper.
But I have, sir, a son by order of law, some year elder than this, who is yet no dearer in my account. Though this knave came something saucily into this world, it was his mother fair. It was good sport of his making, and the horse son must be acknowledged. Do you know this noble gentleman, Edmund?
No, my lord.
My lord of Kent. Remember him hereafter as my honorable friend.
My services to your lordship.
I must love you and sue to know you better.
Sir, I shall study deserving.
He hath been out 9 years, and away he shall again. The king is coming.
Attend the lords of France and Burgundy, Gloucester.
I shall, my liege.
Meantime, we shall express our darker purpose. Give me the map there. Know that we have divided in 3 our kingdom. It is our fast intent to shake all cares and business from our age, conferring them on younger strengths, while we, unburdened, crawl towards death. Our son of Cornwall, and you, our no less loving son of Albany, we have this hour a constant will to publish our daughter's several dowers, that future strife may be prevented now. The princes, France and Burgundy, great rivals in our youngest daughter's love, long in our court have made their amorous sojourn, and here are to be answered. Tell me, my daughters, since now we shall divest us both of rule, interest of territory, cares of state, which of you shall we say doth love us most? That we our greatest bounty may extend, where nature doth with merit challenge. Goneril, our eldest born, speak first.
Sir, I love you more than words can wield the matter, dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty, beyond what can be valued, rich or rare, no less than life, with grace, health, beauty, honor, as much as child e'er loved or father found, a love that makes breath poor and speech unable, beyond all manner of so much. I love her.
What shall Cordelia do? Love, and be silent.
Of all these bounds, even from this line to this, with shadowy forests and champaigns rich, with plenteous rivers and wide-skirted meads, we make thee lady. To thine and Albany's issue be this perpetual. And what says our second daughter, our dearest Regan, wife to Cornwall? Speak.
Sir, I am made of the self-same metal that my sister is, and prize me at her worth. In my true heart, I find sheen into my very deed of love, only she comes too short. But I profess myself an enemy to all other joys, which the most precious square of sense possesses, and find I am alone felicity in your dear highness's love.
And poor Cordelia, and yet not so, for I am sure my love's more richer than my tongue.
To thee and thine hereditary ever remain this ample third of our fair kingdom, no less in space, validity, and pleasure than that conferred on Goneril. Now, our joy, although last not least, for what can you say to draw a third more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, nothing will come of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond, nor more nor less.
How, Cordelia? Amend your speech a little, lest it may mar your fortunes.
Good my lord, you have begotten me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as our right fit. Obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why have my sisters husbands if they say they love you all? Haply when I shall wed, the lord whose hand must take my plight shall carry half my love with him, half my care and duty. For I shall never marry like my sisters, to love my father all.
But goes thy heart with this?
A good mother.
So young, and so untender.
So young, my lord, and true.
Let it be so. Thy truth then be thy dower. For by the sacred radiance of the sun, the mysteries of Hecate and the night, here I disclaim all my paternal care, propinquity and property of blood. As a stranger to my heart and me, hold thee from this forever.
With my liege.
Peace, Kent! Come not between the dragon and his wrath. I loved her most, and thought to set my rest on her kind nursery. Hence, and avoid my sight. So be my grave my peace, as here I give her father's heart from her. Call France, who stirs? Call Burgundy. Cornwall and Albany, with my 2 daughters' dowers, digest this third. And let pride, which she calls plainness, marry her. I do invest you jointly with my power, preeminence, and all the large effects that troop with majesty. Ourself, by monthly course, with reservation of 100 nights by you to be sustained, shall our abode make with you by due terms. Only we still retain the name and all the additions to a king. The sway, revenue, execution of the rest, beloved sons, be yours. which to confirm this coronet part betwixt you.
Royal Lear, whom I have ever honored as my king, loved as my father, as my master followed, as my great patron thought on in my prayers.
The bow is bent and drawn, make from the shaft.
Let it fall, rather, though the fork invade the region of my heart. Be kint unmannerly when Lear is mad. What wilt thou do, old man? Thinkest thou that duty shall have dread to speak when power to flattery bows? To plainness honors thou when majesty stoops to folly. Reverse thy due, and in thy best consideration check this hideous rashness. Answer my life, my judgment. And this daughter does not love thee least, nor are those empty-hearted whose low sound reverts no hollowness.
Kent, on thy life, no more.
My life I never held but as a pawn to wage against thine enemies, nor fear to lose it, thy safety being the motive.
Out of my sight!
See better, Lear, and let me still remain the true blank of thine eye.
By Apollo!
Now I, Apollo king, thou swearst thy gods in vain.
There!
Do. Kill thy physician, and the fee bestow upon thy foul disease. Revoke thy due, or whilst I can but clamor from my throat, I'll tell thee thou dost evil.
Hear me, recreant. On thine allegiance, hear me. 5 days we do allot thee for provision, to shield thee from the diseases of the world. And on the 6th, to turn thy hated back from our kingdom. On the 10th day following, thy banished trunks be found in our dominions. The moment is thy death. Away! By Jupiter, this shall not be revoked.
Fare thee well, king. If thus thou wilt appear, freedom lives hence, and banishment is here. The gods to their dear shelter take thee maid, that justly thinks and hast most rightly said. And your large speeches may your deeds approve, that good effects may spring from words of love. Thus Kent, O princes, bids you all adieu, to shape his old course in a country new. Here's France and Burgundy, my noble lord.
My lord of Burgundy, we first address towards you, who with this king hath rivaled for our daughter. What in the least will you require in present dower with her, or cease your quest of love?
Most royal sir, I crave no more than what your highness offered, nor will you tender less.
Right, noble Burgundy, when she was dear to us, we did hold her so, but now her price has fallen. So there she stands, if aught within that little seeming substance, or all of it, with our displeasure pieced, and nothing more may fitly like your grace, she's there, and she is yours.
I know no answer.
Will you, with those infirmities she owes, unfriended, new adopted to our hate, dowered with our curse, and strangered with our oath, take her or leave her?
Pardon me, royal sir. Election makes not up on such conditions.
Leave her, sir. For by the power that made me, I tell you all her wealth. For you, great king, I would not from your love make such a stray to match you where I hate. Therefore beseech you to avert your liking a more worthier way than on a wretch whom nature is ashamed on us to acknowledge hers.
This is most strange, that she, that even but now was your best object, most dearest, should in this trice of time commit a thing so monstrous to dismantle so many folds of favor. Sure, her offense must be of such degree that monsters it, or your forevouched affection fallen into taint, which to believe of her must be a faith that reason without miracle could never plant in me.
I yet beseech your majesty, before I want that glib and oily art to speak and purpose not, since what I well intend, I'll do it before I speak. You make known, it is no vicious blot, murder, or foulness, no unchaste action or dishonored step that hath deprived me of your grace and favor, even for want of that for which I am richer. Still soliciting I, and such a tongue as I am glad I do not have, not to have that hath lost me in her liking.
Better thou hadst not been born than not to have pleased me better.
Is it but this? A tardiness in nature which often leaves the history unspoke that it intends to do? My lord of Burgundy, what say you to the lady? Love's not love when it is mingled with regards that stand aloof from the entire point. Will you have her? She is herself a dowry.
Most royal dear, give but the portion yourself proposed. And here I take Cordelia by the hand, Duchess of Burgundy.
Nothing. I have sworn I am firm.
I am sorry then, you have still lost a father and must lose a husband.
Peace be with Burgundy. Since that respects and fortune are his love, I shall not be his wife.
Fairest Cordelia, that art most rich being poor, be in thy virtues here I seize upon, be it lawful I take up what's cast away. Gods, gods, 'tis strange that from their coldest neglect my love should kindle to inflamed respect. Thy dowerless daughter, king, thrown to my chance, is queen of us, of ours, and our fair France. Bid them farewell, Cordelia. Though unkind, thou losest here a better where to find.
Thou hast her friends, let her be thine. For we have no such daughter, nor shall ever see that face of hers again. Therefore be gone, without our grace, our love, our benison. Come, noble Burgundy.
Bid farewell to your sister.
Jewels of our father. Washed eyes Cordelia leaves you. I know you what you are, and like a sister, am most loath to call your faults as they are named. Use well our father. To your professed bosoms I commend him, but stood I within his grace, I would prefer him to a better place.
Prescribe not us our duties. Let your study be to content your lord, who hath received you at fortune's arms. You have obedience scanted, and well are worth the want that you have wanted.
Time shall unfold what plated cunning hides. Who covers faults at last shame them derides. Well may you prosper.
Come, my fair Cordelia.
Sister, it is not little I have to say, but merely appertains to this bow. I think our father will hence tonight. That's most certain. And with you, next one, please. You see how full of changes his age is. The observation we have made of it hath not been little. He always loved our sister most, and with what poor judgment he hath now cast her off appears too grossly. 'Tis the infirmity of his age. He hath ever but slenderly known himself. The best and soundest of his time hath been but rash. Then must we look to recede from his age, not alone the imperfections of long and graft condition, but therewithal the unruly waywardness that infirm and choleric years bring with them. Such unconstant starts are we like to have from him as this of Kent's banishment. There is further complimented leave-taking between friends and him. Pray you, let's look together. If our father carry authority with such dispositions as he bears, this last surrender of his will but offend us. We shall further think on it. We must do something, and in the heat.
Thou, nature, art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom and allow the curiosity of nations to deprive me, for that I am some 12 or 14 moonshines lag of a brother? Why, bastard, wherefore base, when my dimensions are as well compact, my mind as generous, and my shape as true as honest madam's issue? Why, Brandius with baseness, bastard, base, who, from the lusty self of nature, take more composition and fierce quality than doth within a dull, stale, tired bed go to the creating whole tribe of fops got between sleep and awake. Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Our father's love is to the bastard, Edward. As to the legitimate, fine word, legitimate. Well, my legitimate. If this letter speed and my invention thrive, Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. I grow. I prosper. Now God, stand up for bastards.
Can't banish us, and France and collar parted. The king gone tonight, subscribed his power, confined to exhibition. All this done upon the guest. Edmund! How now, what news?
So please your lordship, none.
Why so earnestly seek you to put up that letter?
I know no news, my lord.
What paper were you reading?
Nothing, my lord.
No. What needed then that terrible dispatch of it into your pocket? Quality of nothing hath not such need to hide itself. Come, if it be nothing, I shall not need spectacles.
I do beseech you, sir, pardon me. It is a letter from my brother that I have not yet all or read, and for so much as I have perused, I find it not fit for your o'erlooking.
Give me the letter, sir.
I shall offend either to detain or give it. The contents, as in part I understand them, are to blame.
Let's see. This policy and reverence of age keeps our fortunes from us, and withholds them till our oldness cannot relish them. I begin to find an idle and fond bondage in the oppression of aged tyranny, who sways, not as it hath power, but as it is suffered. Come to me that of this I may speak more. If our father would sleep till I waked him, you should enjoy half his revenue forever, and live the beloved of your brother Edgar. Conspiracy! Sleep till I waked him? You should enjoy half his revenue forever? My son, Edgar? Had he a hand to write this? A heart and brain to breed it in? When came this to you? Who brought it?
It was not brought me, my lord. I found it thrown in at the casement of my closet.
You know the character to be your brother's?
If the matter were good, my lord, I durst swear it were his. But in respect of that, I would fain think it were not.
It is his.
It is his hand, my lord, but I hope his heart is not in the contents.
He never heretofore sounded you in this business?
Never. But I have heard him oft maintain it to be fit, that sons at perfect age and fathers declining, fathers should be as ward unto the son, and the son manage his revenue.
Oh, villain, villain, his very opinion in the letter. Abhorred villain. Go, you sirrah, seek him. I'll apprehend him. Where is he?
I do not well know, my lord. If it shall please you to suspend your indignation against my brother, till you can derive from him better testimony of his intent, you shall run a certain course, where if you violently proceed against him, mistaking his intent, you will make a great gap in your own honor, and shake in pieces the heart of his obedience. I dare pawn down my life for him. He hath wrote this to feel my affection to your honor, and to no greater purpose of danger.
Think you so?
If your honor judge of me, I shall place you where you shall hear us confer of this, and by an auricular assurance have your satisfaction. And that without any further delay than this very evening.
He cannot be such a monster.
Nor is not, sure.
To his father that so tenderly and entirely loves him. Heaven and earth. Find out this villain, Edmund. Pray you, frame the business after your own wisdom. I would unstate myself to be in due resolution.
I will seek him, sir, presently. Convey the business as I shall find means, and acquaint you with all.
These late eclipses in the sun and moon portend no good to us. Love cools, friendship falls off, brothers divide. In cities mutinies, in countries discord, in palaces treason. And the bond cracked twixt father and son. This villain of mine comes under the prediction, there's son against father. The king falls from bias of nature, there's father against child. We have seen the best of our time. Machinations, hollowness, treachery, and all the ruinous disorders follow us disquietly to our graves. Seek out this villain, Edmund. It shall lose thee nothing. Do it carefully.
This is the excellent foppery of the world, that when we are sick in fortune, often the surfeit of our own behavior, we make guilty of our disasters the sun, the moon, and the stars, as if we were villains by necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, knaves, thieves, and treacherers by spherical predominance, drunkards, liars, and adulterers by an enforced obedience to planetary influence, and all that we are eviling by a divine thrusting on, an admirable evasion of whoremaster man to lay his goatish disposition to the charge of a star. My father compounded with my mother under the dragon's care, and my nativity was under Ursa Major. Therefore it follows I am rough and lecherous, that I should have been that I am, had the maidenliest star in the firmament twinkled over my bastardizing. Edgar, and Pat, he comes like the catastrophe in the old continent. My cue was villainous melancholy, with a sigh like Tom of Heaven. All of these eclipses to portend these divisions. So longing.
How now, Brother Edmund? What serious contemplation are you in?
I am thinking, brother, of a prediction I read this other day. What should follow these eclipses?
You busy yourself about that?
I do assure you, the effects he writes of succeed unhappily. As of the unnaturalness between the child and the father, death, dearth, dissolution of ancient amity, divisions in state, menaces and maledictions against king and nobles, needless diffidences, dissipation of cohorts, banishment of friends, nuptial breaches, and I know not what.
How long have you been a secretary?
Come, come, when saw you my father last?
Why, the night gone by.
Spake you with him?
Aye, 2 hours together.
Parted you in good terms? Found you no displeasure in him by word or countenance?
None at all.
Bethink yourself wherein you may have offended him, and in my entreaty forbear his presence till some little time hath qualified the heat of his displeasure, which at this time so rageth in him that with the mischief of your presence it would scarcely allay.
Some villain hath done me wrong.
That's my fear. I pray you, have a continent forbearance till the spide of his rage goes slower. And I say, retire with me to my lodging, from whence I shall fitly bring you to hear my lord speak. Pray thee go. There's my key. If you do stir abroad, go armed.
Armed, brother.
Brother, I do advise you to the best. Go armed. I am no honest man if there be any good intention towards you. Pray you, away.
Shall I get moving on?
I do serve you in this business. A credulous father and a brother noble, whose nature is so far from doing harms that he suspects none, on whose foolish honesty my practices ride easy. I see the business. Let me, if not by birth, have lands by wit, all with me's meat that I can fashion fit.
For chiding of his fool?
Yes, madam.
By day and night he wrongs me. Every hour he flashes into one gross crime or other that sets us all at odds. I'll not endure it. His nights grow ripe as he himself upbraids on every trifle. When he returns from hunting, I will not speak with him. Say I am sick. If you come slack of former services, you shall do well. The fault of it I'll answer.
Well, he's coming, madam. I hear him.
Put on what weary negligence you please, you and your fellows. I'll have it come to question. If he dislike it, let him to our sister, whose mind and mine I know in that are one, not to be overruled. I know old man that would still manage those authorities that he had given away. Now by my life old fools are babes again, and must be used with checks as flatteries, when they are seen abused. Remember what I tell you.
Well, madam.
And let his might have colder looks among you. What grows of it no matter. Advise your fellows so. I would breed from hence a case, and I shall, that I may speak. I'll write straight to my sister to hold my very course. Prepare for dinner.
If but as well I other accents borrow that can my speech diffuse, my good intent may follow through to that full issue for which I raised my likeness. Now, banished Kent, if thou canst stand where thou dost stand condemned, so may it come. Thy master, whom thou lovest, shall find thee full of labors.
Let me not stay at John for dinner. Go, get it ready. How now? What art thou?
A man, sir.
What dost thou profess? What wouldst thou with us?
I do profess to be no less than I seem. To serve him truly that will put me in trust, to love him that is honest, to speak with him that is wise and says little, to fear judgment, to fight when I cannot choose.
What art thou?
A very honest-hearted fellow, and as poor as the king.
If thou be as poor for a subject as he is for a king, thou art poor enough. What wouldst thou?
Service.
Who wouldst thou serve?
You.
Dost thou know me, fellow?
No, sir. But you have that in your countenance which I would fain call master.
What's that?
Authority.
What services canst thou do?
I can keep honest counsel, ride,
tale in telling it. Deliver a plain message bluntly. That which ordinary men are fit for, I am qualified in, and the best of me is diligence.
How old art thou?
Not so young, sir, to love a woman for singing, nor so old to dote on her for anything. I have years on my back, 48.
Follow me, thou shalt serve me. If I like thee no worse after dinner, I'll not part from thee yet. Dinner? Oh, dinner! Oh, where's my knave, my fool? Oh, go you and call my fool hither. You, sirrah. Where's my daughter?
So please you.
What says the fellow there? Call the flap-pole back! Where's my fool, oh? I think the world's asleep. How now? Where's that mongrel?
He says, my lord, your daughter is not well.
Why came not the slave back to me when I called him?
Sir, he answered me in the roundest manner. He would not.
He would not.
My lord, I know not what the matter is, but to my judgment, your highness is not entertained with that ceremonious affection as he were wont. There's a great abatement of kindness appears, as well as in the general dependence, as in the duke himself also, and your daughter.
Sayest thou so?
My lord, I beseech you, pardon me if I am mistaken, but my duty cannot be silent when I think my master wronged.
Thou rememberest me of mine own conception. I have perceived a most faint neglect of late, which I have rather blamed on mine own jealous curiosity than as a very pretense and purpose to unkindness. I will look further into it. But where's my fool? I have not seen him this 2 days.
Since my young lady's going into France, sir, the fool hath much pined away.
No more of that. I've noted it well. Go you and tell my daughter I would speak with her. Go you and call hither my fool. You, sir, you! Come you hither, sir. Who am I, sir?
My lady's father.
My lady's father? My lord's knave? Your horse and dog! You slave! You cur!
I am none of these, my lord. I beseech your pardon.
You panting looks with me, you rascal! Oh,
I'll not be struck, my lord.
nor tricked!
Neither, you face football player.
Thanks, you fellow. Thou servest me, and I'll love thee.
Come, sir, arise away. I'll teach thee differences. If you will measure your lover's length again, tarry. Have you wisdom? So.
Now, my friendly knave, I thank thee. Here's earnest of thy service.
Let me hire him too. Here's my coxcomb.
How now, my boy, how dost thou?
Sirrah, you were best to take my coxcomb.
Why, fool?
Why, for taking one's part that's out of favor. Nay, and thou canst not smile as the wind sits, thou'lt catch cold shortly. That take my coxcomb. Why, this fellow banished 2 on his daughters, and did the 3rd of a lesson against his will. If thou follow him, thou must needs wear my coxcomb. How now, nuncle, would I had 2 coxcombs and 2 daughters?
Why, my boy?
If I gave them all my living, I'd keep my coxcombs to myself. There's mine, beg another of thy daughters.
Take heed, sirrah, the whip.
Truth's a dog must to kennel, he must be whipped out. When Lady the Brock, we stand by the fire and stick.
Pestilent gall to me.
Sirrah, I'll teach thee speech. Do, mark it, nuncle. Have more than thou showest. Speak less than thou knowest. Lend less than thou owest. Ride more than thou goest. Learn more than thou trowest. Set less than thou throwest. Leave thy drink and thy whore, and keep and adore, and thou shalt have more than 2 tens to a score.
This is nothing, fool.
Then 'tis like the breath of an unfeed lawyer, for you gave me nothing for it. Canst make no use of nothing, nuncle.
Why, no, boy. Nothing can be made of nothing.
Prithee, tell him so much the rent of his land comes to. He will not believe a fool.
A bitter fool.
Dost thou know the difference, my boy, between a bitter fool and a sweet fool?
No, lad. Teach me.
That Lord that counselled thee to give away thy land, come place him here by me, do thou for him stand. The sweet and bitter fool will presently appear, the one in motley here, the other bound out there.
Dost thou call me fool, boy?
All thy other titles thou hast given away, that thou must know.
This is not altogether fool, my lord.
No faith! Lords and great men will not let me. Find a monopoly out, they'd have part on it. And ladies, too. They will not let me have all the fool to myself. They'll be snatching. Give me an egg, nuncle, and I'll give thee 2 crowns.
Why, what 2 crowns shall they be?
After I've cut the egg in the middle and eat up the meat, the 2 When thou clovest thy crown in the middle, and gavest away both parts, then thou borest thy ass on thy back o'er the dirt. Thou hadst little wit in thy bald crown when thou gavest thy golden one away. I speak like myself in this. Let him be wit that first finds it so. For fools had ne'er less wit in the year, for wise men are grown foppish. They know not how their wits to wear, their manners are so apish.
When were you wont to be so full of song, sirrah?
I have used it, Nuncle, ever since thou madest thy daughters thy mothers. For then thou gavest them the rod, and putst down thine own breeches, that they for sudden joy did weep, and I for sorrow sung. That such a king should play bo peep, and go the fools among. I prithee, Nuncle, keep a schoolmaster who can teach thy fool to lie. I would fain learn to lie.
And you lie, sirrah, will have you whipped.
I marvel what king you and your daughters are. They'll have me whipped for speaking true. Thou wilt have me whipped for lying, and sometimes I am whipped for holding my peace. I had rather be any sort of thing than a fool. And yet I would not be thee, Nuncle. Thou hast pared thy wit on both sides, and left nothing in the middle. Here comes one of the parents.
How now, daughter? Oh, what makes that frontlet on? Methinks you are too much of late in the frown.
Thou wast a pretty fellow when thou hadst no need to care for her frown. Now thou art an O without a figure. I am better than thou art now. I am a fool. Thou art nothing. Yes, forsooth, I will hold my tongue, so your face bids me, though you say nothing.
Not only, sir, this your all-licensed fool, but other of your insolent retinue do hourly carp and quarrel, breaking forth in rank and not to be endured riots. Sir, I have thought by making this well known unto you to have found a safe redress, but now grow fearful by what yourself too late have spoken done, that you protect this course, and put it on by your allowance, which if you should, the fault would not escape censure, nor the redress's sleep, which in the tender of a wholesome weal might do you that offense, which else were shame, that the necessity will call discreet proceeding.
For you trow, Nuncle, the hedge sparrow fed the cuckoo so long it had its head bit off by its young. So out went the candle, and we were left darkly.
Are you our daughter?
Come, sir, I would you would make use of that good wisdom whereof I know you are fraught, and put away these dispositions that of late transform you from what you rightly are.
May not an ass know when the cart draws the horse? Whoop! Just, I love thee.
Doth any here know me? This is not Lear. Doth Lear walk thus, speak thus? Where are his eyes? Either his notion weakens, his discernings are lethargy. Waking? 'Tis not so. Who is it that can tell me who I am?
Lear's shadow.
For by the marks of knowledge, sovereignty, and reason, I should be false persuaded I had daughters.
Which they will make an obedient father.
Your name, fair gentlewoman?
This admiration, sir, is much of the savor of other your new pranks. I do beseech you to understand my purposes aright. As you are old and reverend, you should be wise. Here do you keep 100 knights and squires, men so disordered, so debauched and bold, that this our court, infected with their manners, shows like a righteous inn. The shame itself doth speak for instant remedy. Be then desired by her, that else will take the thing she begs, a little to disquantity your train, and the remainder that shall still depend, to be such men as may besort your age, and know themselves, and you.
Darkness and devils, saddle my horses, call my train together. Degenerate bastard! Not trouble thee, yet have I left a daughter.
You strike my people, and your disordered rabble make servants of their betters.
Too late repents. Oh, sir, are you come? Is it your will? Speak, sir! Prepare my horses! Ingratitude, thou marble-hearted fiend! More hideous when thou show'st thee in a child than the sea monster. Pray, sir, be patient. Detested kite, thou liest. My train are men of choice and rarest parts, that all particulars of duty know, and in the most exact regard support the worships of their name. Small
Hear nature, hear. Dear goddess, hear. Suspend thy purpose, if thou didst intend to make this creature fruitful. Into her womb convey sterility. Dry up in her the organs of increase, and from her derogate body never spring a babe to honor her. She must create her child of spleen, that it may live and be a thwart disnatured torment to her, and stamp wrinkles in her brow of youth, with cadent tears fret channels in her cheeks, turn all her mother's pains and benefits to laughter and contempt, that she may feel how sharper than a serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child. Away! Away!
Gods that we adore, whereof comes this?
Never afflict yourself to know the cause, but let his disposition have that scope that dotage gives it. What? 50 of my followers at a clap within a fortnight?
What's the matter, sir?
I'll tell thee. Life and death! I am ashamed that thou hast the power to shape my manhood thus. These hot tears, which break from me perforce, should make thee work them. Blast and fogs upon thee. The untempted woundings of a father's curse pierce every sense about thee. Hold fond eyes, but weep this cause again. I'll pluck ye out and cast you with the waters that you lose to temper clay. Yea, it has come to this. Let it be so. Yet have I left a daughter, who I am sure is kind and comfortable. She shall give this of thee, with her nails shall flay thy wolfish visage. Thou wilt find that I shall resume the shape that thou dost think I have cast off forever. Thou shalt, I warrant thee. Do you mark that, my lord?
I cannot be so partial, Goneril, to the great love I bear you.
Pray you content. What, Oswald, ho! You, sir, more knave than fool, after your master.
Not the Lear, not the Lear! Tarry, and take the fool with thee. A fox, when one hast caught her, and such a daughter, is sure to the slaughter, if thy cap would buy a halter, so the fool follows after.
This man hath had good counsel. 100 knights. 'Tis politic and safe to let him keep at point. 100 knights. Yes, that on every dream, each buzz, each fancy, complaint, dislike, he may unguard his dotage with their powers, and hold our lives in mercy. Oswald, I say!
Well, you may steer too far.
Safer than trust too far. I know his heart. But he hath uttered I have written my sister. If she sustain him and his 100 knights, when I have showed thee unfitness. How now, Oswald? What, have you writ that letter to my sister?
Yes, madam.
Take you some company and away to horse. Inform her full of my particular fear, and there to add such reasons of your own as may compact it more. Get you gone and hasten your return. No, no, my lord, this merely gentleness and course of yours, though I condemn not, yet under pardon you are much more attached for want of wisdom than praised for harmful loudness.
How far your eyes may pierce, I cannot tell. Striving to better, oft we mar what's well.
Go you before to Gloucester with these letters. Acquaint my daughter no further with anything you know than comes from her demand out of the letter. If your diligence be not speedy, I shall be there for you.
I shall not sleep, my lord, till I have delivered your letter.
Noble, if man's brains be in his heels, we're not in danger of kayaks.
Aye, boy.
I prithee, be merry. Thy wit shall never go slipshod. Thou shalt see thy other daughter will use thee kindly, for though she's as like this, as crab's like an apple, and I can tell what I can tell.
Why, what canst thou tell, my boy?
She will taste as like this as a crab does to a crab. Thou knowest why one's nose stands in the middle of one's face.
No.
Why, to keep one's eyes on either side of one's nose, that a man cannot smell out, he may spy into.
I did her wrong.
Thou knowest why an oyster makes a shell.
No.
Nor I neither. But I know why a snail has a house.
Why?
Why, to put his head in, not to give it way to his daughters and leave his horns without a case.
I will forget my nature, so kind a father.
Be my horses ready.
Thy asses are gone about him. The reason why the 7 stars are no more than 7 is a pretty reason.
Because they are not 8.
Yes, indeed. Thou to make a good fool.
Again, perforce, monster ingratitude.
Thou art my fool, uncle. I'd have thee beaten for being old before that time.
How's that?
Thou shouldst not have been old, so thou hadst been wise.
Not be mad. Not mad. Sweet heaven, keep me in temper. I will not be mad. How now? Are the horses ready?
Ready, my lord.
Come, my boy.
She that's made now and laughs at my departure shall not be made long unless things be cut shorter.
Safety guard.
And you, sir. I've been with your father and given him notice that the Duke of Cornwall and Regan, his Duchess, will be here with him this night.
How comes that?
Nay, I know not. You have heard of the news abroad. I mean the whispered ones, for they are yet but ear-kissing arguments.
Not I. Pray, what are they?
Have you heard of no likely wars toward twixt the Dukes of Cornwall and Albany?
Not a word.
You may do well in time, sir. Very well, sir.
The Duke be here tonight. The better, best. This weaves itself perforce into my business. My father hath set guard to take my brother, and I have one thing of a queasy question which I must act. Briefness and fortune work. Brother, a word! Descend, brother, I say. Supply this place. Intelligence is given where thou art hid. You have now the good advantage of the night. Have you not spoken against the Duke of Cornwall? He's coming now in the night, in the haste, and Regan with him. Have you nothing said upon his party against the Duke of Albany? Advise yourself.
Not a word, I'm sure of it.
I hear my father coming. Pardon me. In cunning I must draw my sword upon you. Draw! See to defend yourself. Yield! Come before my father. Light! Ho! Here! Fly, brother! Torches! Torches! So farewell! Some blood drawn on me would beget opinion of my more fierce endeavor. I've seen drunkards do worse than this in sport. Stop! Stop, father! Father, what? No help?
Now, Edmund, where's the villain?
Here stood he in the dark, his sharp sword out, mumbling of wicked charms.
Where is he?
Look, sir, I bleed.
Where is the villain, Edmund?
Fled this way, when by no means he could.
Pursue him, Ho. Go after him. By no means what?
Persuade me to the murder of your lordship. But that I told him the revenging gods against parasites did all their thunders bend. Spoke with how manifold and strong a bond the child was bound to the father. Sir, seen in fine, seen how loathly opposite I stood to his unnatural purpose. In fell motion with his prepared sword, he charges home my unprovided body, lanced my arm. When he saw my best alarmed spirits, bold in the quarrel's right, roused to the encounter, or whether gasted by the noise I made, full suddenly he fled.
Let him fly far. Not in this land shall he remain uncaught, and found dispatch. Duke, my master, my worthy arch and patron comes tonight. By his authority I will proclaim it, that he which finds him shall deserve our thanks, bringing the murderous coward to the stake. He that conceals him, death.
Sir, when I dissuaded him from his intent, and found him pipe to do it, with cursed speech I threatened to discover him. He replied, Thou unpossessing bastard, dost thou think, if I would stand against thee with the proposal of any trust, virtue, or worth in thee make thy words faith? No, what I should deny, as this I would, I, though thou didst produce my very character, I'll turn it all to thy suggestion, plot, and damned practice. And thou must make a dullard of the world, if they not thought the profits of my death were very pregnant and potential spurs to make thee seek it.
Strong and unfastened villain, would he deny his letter? I never got him. Hark the Duke's trumpets, I know not why he comes. All parts I'll bar, the villain shall not escape. Besides his picture I shall send far and near, that all the kingdom may have the due note of him. And of my land, loyal and natural boy, I shall work the means to make thee capable.
How now, my noble friend? Since I came hither, which I can call but now, I have heard strange news.
If it be true, all vengeance comes too short which can pursue the offender. How dost thou know?
Oh, madam, my old heart is cracked. It's cracked.
What, did my father's godson seek your life? He whom my father named your Edgar?
Oh, lady, shame would have it hid.
Was he not companion with the riotous knights that tend upon my father?
I know not, madam.
Yes, madam, he was of that consort.
No marvel then, though he were ill-affected. 'Tis they have put him on the old man's death, to have the expense and waste of his revenues. I have this present evening from my sister been well informed of them, and with such cautions that if they come to sojourn at my house, I'll not be there.
Nor I, assure thee, Regan. Edmund, I hear you have shown your father a childlike office.
'Twas my duty, sir.
He did bewray his practice, and received this hurt you see striving to apprehend him.
Is he pursued?
Aye, my good lord.
If he be taken, he shall never more be feared of doing harm. Mark your purpose, how in my strength you choose. For you, Edmund, whose virtue and obedience doth this instant much commend itself, you shall be ours. Natures of such deep trust we shall much need. You we first seize on.
Sir, I shall serve you. Truly. However else.
For him I thank your grace.
You know not why we came to visit you.
Occasions, noble Gloucester, of some poise when we must have use of your advice. Our father he hath writ, so hath our sister, of differences, the which I least thought it fit to answer from our home, the several messengers from hence attend dispatch. Our good old friend, lay compass to your bosom, and bestow your needful counsel to our business, which craves the instant use.
I serve you, madam. Your graces are right welcome.
Good dawning to thee, friend. Out of this house?
Aye,
And where may we set our horses?
in the mire.
Oh, pretty fellows, me tell me.
I love thee not.
Why not I care not for thee? If I had thee in Lipsbury pinfold, I would make thee care for me. Oh, why dost thou use me thus? I know thee not.
Fellow, I know thee.
What dost thou know me for?
A knave, a rascal, an eater of broken meats, one who would be a bond in their good service and are nothing but the composition of a knave, beggar, coward, pander, and the son and heir of a mongrel bitch. One whom I would speak into clamorous whining if thou deniest the least syllable of thy addition.
What a horrible fellow art thou, thus to rail on one who is neither known to thee nor knows thee.
What a brazen-faced varlet art thou, to deny thou knowest me? Is it but 2 days ago since I tripped up thy heels and beat thee before the king? Draw, rogue! For though it be night yet the moon shines, I'll make a sop of the moonshine of thee. Draw, you horse uncommonly barber monger, draw!
Away, I have nothing to do with thee.
Draw, you rascal! You come with letters against the king, and take vanity the puppet's part against the royalty of her father. Draw, you rogue, or else I'll carve a knot of your shanks. Draw, you rascal, come your ways! A murder! Ow! Strike, slave! Stand, rogue, stand! Strike, you mean slave, strike! No, murder! Come out, what's the matter? With you, good man, boy, can you please come on, your master, all flesh ye! Weapons, arms? What's the matter here?
Keep peace upon your lives. He dies and strikes again. What is the matter?
The messengers from our sister and the king.
What is your difference? Speak.
I'm scarce in breath, my lord.
No wonder you have so bestirred your valor. You cowardly rascal, nature disclaims in thee a tailor made thee.
Thou art a strange fellow. A tailor make a man?
Aye, sir, a tailor. A stonecutter or painter could not have made him so ill had he been but 2 hours at the trade.
Speak yet, how grew your difference?
This reverend braggart, whose life I've spared at suit of his grey beard,
Thou
sir.
son said, thou unnecessary letter. My lord, if you will give me leave, I will tread this unbolted villain into mortar and dog the walls of a jakes with him. Spare my grey beard, you wagtail!
Peace, sirrah! You beastly knave! Know you no reverence?
Yes, sir, but anger hath a privilege.
Why art thou angry?
Such a slave as this should wear a sword, who wears no honesty. Such smiling rogues as these, like rats, oft bite the holy cords atwain, which are too entranced to unloose. Smooth every passion which in the nature of their lords rebel. Bring oil to fire, snow to their colder moods. Renege, affirm, and turn their halcyon beaks with every gale and vary of their masters.
knowing not, like dogs, but following, a plague upon your epileptic visage. Smile you my speeches as I were a fool.
Art thou mad, old fellow?
How fell you out? Say that.
No contraries hold more antipathy than I in such a knave.
Why dost thou call him a knave? What's his offense?
His countenance likes me not.
No more perchance does mine, nor his, nor hers.
Sir, 'tis my occupation to be plain. I have seen better faces in my time than stands on any shoulder that I see before me at this instant.
This is some fellow who, having been praised for plainness, doth affect a saucy roughness, and constrains the garb quite from his nature. He cannot flatter, he an honest mind in plain. He must speak truth, and they will take it so, if not his claim. These kinds of knaves I know, which in this plainness harbor more craft and more corrupter ends than 20 silly docking observants that stretch their duties nicely.
Sir, in good sooth, in sincere verity, under the influence of your great aspect, whose influence, like the wreath of radiant fire on flickering feet.
What mean'st thou by this?
To go out of my dialect would you discommend so much? I know, sir, I am no flatterer. He that beguiled you in a plain accent was a plain knave, which for my part I will not be, though I should win your displeasure to entreat me to it.
What was the offense you gave him?
I never gave him any. It pleased the king, his master, very late to strike at me upon his misconstruction, when he, conjecting flattering his displeasure, tripped me, being down, insulted, railed, and put upon him such a deal of man as worthy him, got praises of the king for him attempting who was self-subdued, and in the fleshment of this dread exploit drew on me here again. None of these rogues and cowards, but Ajax is their fool.
Fetch forth the stocks! You reverend braggart, you stubborn ancient knave, we'll teach you.
Sir, I am too old to learn. Call not your stocks for me, I serve the king, on whose employment I was sent to you. You shall do small respect, show too bold malice against the grace and person of my master stalking his messenger.
Fetch forth the stocks! As I have life and honor, there shall you sit till noon.
Till noon? Till night, my lord, and all night too.
Why, madam, if I were your father's dog, you should not use me so.
Sir, being his knave, I will.
This is a fellow of the self-same color our sister speaks of. Come, bring the stocks!
Let me beseech your graces not to do so. His fault is much, and the good king, his master, will check him for it. Your purposed low correction is such as basest and contemned criminals, for pilferings and most common trespasses are punished in. The king must take it ill that he so slightly valued in his messenger should have him thus restrained.
I'll answer that.
Our sister may have it much more worse, to have her gentleman abused, assaulted for following her affairs, put in his legs. Come, my good lord, away.
I am sorry for thee, friend. 'Tis the Duke's pleasure, whose disposition all the world well knows will not be rubbed nor stopped out. I'll entreat for thee.
Pray, sir, do not. I have watched and traveled hard. Sometime I shall sleep out, the rest I'll whistle. The good man's fortune may grow out at heels. Give you good morrow.
The Duke's to blame in this. 'Twill be ill taken.
Approach, thou beacon to this underglow, that by thy comfortable beams I may peruse this letter. Nothing almost sees miracles but misery. I notice from Cordelia, who have most fortunately been informed of my obscured course, and shall find time from this enormous state, seeking to give losses their remedies. Fortune, good night. Smile once more, turn thy wheel.
I heard myself proclaimed, and by the happy hollow of a tree escaped the hunt. No tortoise free, no place that guard, most unusual vigilance do not attend my taking. Well as I may escape, I will preserve myself, and am bethought to take the basest and most poor shape that ever penury in contempt of man brought near to beast. My bedlam beggars, who with roaring voices strike in their numbed and mortified bare arms. Pins, wooden pricks, nails, sprigs of rosemary. And with this horrible object, from low farms, poor pelting villages, sheepcots and mills, sometime with lunatic bands, sometime with prayers, to force their charity. Poor Turley God, poor Tom, that's something yet. Edgar, I nothing am!
Tis strange that they should so depart from home and not sent back by messenger.
Hail to thee, noble master.
Makest thou this shame thy pastime?
No, my lord.
He wears cruel garters. Horses are tied by the heads, dogs and bears by the neck, monkeys by the loins, and men by the legs. When a man's o'er lusty at legs, then he wears wood nether stocks.
What's he that hath so much thy place mistook to set thee here?
It is both he and she, your son and daughter.
No.
Yes,
No, I say.
I say yea.
No, no, they would not.
Yes, they have.
They durst not do it. They could not, would not do it. 'Tis worse than murder to do upon respect such violent outrage. Resolve me, with all modest haste, why thou mightst deserve, or they impose, this usage coming from us.
My lord, when at their home I did commend your highness's letters, ere I was risen from the place that showed my duty kneeling, there came a reeking post, stewed in his haste, half breathless, panting forth from Goneril, his mistress' salutations, delivered letters, spite of intermission, which presently they read, on whose contents they summoned up their meeting, straight took horse, commanded me to follow and attend the leisure of their answer, gave me cold looks, and meeting here, the other messenger, whose welcome I perceived had poisoned mine own, being the very fellow that of late displayed so saucily against your highness, having more man than wit about me, drew. He raised the house with loud and coward cries. Your son and daughter found this trespass worth the shame which here it suffers.
Winter's not gone yet, if wild geese fly that way. Fathers that wear rags do see their children blind, but fathers that bear bags shall see their children kind. Fortune that arrant whore ne'er turns her key to the poor, but yet for all this thou shalt have as many dolours for thy daughters as thou canst tell in a year.
How this mother swells towards my heart. Where is this daughter?
With the earl, sir, here within.
Follow me now. Stay here.
How chance the king comes with so small a train?
And thou hast been set in the stocks for that question. Thou hast well deserved it.
Why, fool?
I sent thee to school to an end, to teach thee. There's no laboring in the winter. All that follow their noses are led by their eyes for the blind men, and there's not a nose among 20 but can smell him that's stinking. Let go thy hold when a great wheel runs down a hill, lest it break thy neck with following it. But the great one that goes up the hill, let him draw thee after. When a wise man gives the better counsel, send thee mine again. Let none but knaves follow it, as a fool gives it. The sir that serves and seeks for gain and follows but for form will pack when it begins to rain and leave thee in the storm. But I will tarry, the fool will stay, and let the wise man fly. The knave turns fool and runs away, the fool, no knave, for thee.
Where learned you this, fool?
Not in the stocks, fool.
Deny to speak with me? They are sick. They are weary. They have traveled all the night. Their bitches, the images of revolt and flying off. Fetch me a better answer.
My dear lord, you know the fiery quality of the duke, how unremovable and fixed he is in his own course.
Vengeance, plague, death, confusion. Fiery. What quality? Gloucester. Gloucester. I'd speak with the Duke of Cornwall and his wife.
Well, my lord, I have informed them so.
Informed them?
nature, being oppressed, commands the mind to suffer with the body, I'll forbear, and have fallen out with my more headier will to take the indisposed and sickly fit for the sound man. Death on my stake, wherefore should he sit here? This act persuades me that this remotion of the Duke and her is practice only. Keep me my servant forth. Go, tell the Duke and his wife I'd speak with them. Now, presently. Bid them come forth and hear me, or at their chamber door I'll beat the drum till it cry sleep to death. I would have all well betwixt you. My heart, my rising heart.
Down, cried to him, Uncle, as the cockney did to the eels when she put him in the paste alive. She napped him on the coxcombs with a stick, and cried, down, wantons, down. 'Twas her brother, that in pure kindness to his horse, buttered his head.
Good morrow to you both.
Hail to your grace.
I'm glad to see your highness. Regan, I think you are. Dearest Regan. Regan, thy sister's not. Oh, Regan, she hath died sharp-toothed unkindness, like a vulture here. Here, speak to thee, doth not believe with how depraved the quality. Oh, Regan,
I pray you, sir, take patience. I have told you. You less know how to value her desert than she to scant her duty.
say, how's that?
I cannot think my sister in the least would fail her obligation. If, sir, perchance she have restrained the riots of your followers, 'tis on such ground and to such wholesome end as clears her from all blame.
My curse is on her.
Sir, you are old. Nature in you stands on the very verge of her confine. You should be ruled and led by some discretion that discerns your state better than you yourself. Therefore I pray that to our sister you do make return. Say you have wronged her, sir.
Ask her forgiveness? Do you but mark how this becomes the house? Dear daughter, I am old. Age is unnecessary. On my knees, I beg that you'll vouchsafe me raiment, bed, and food.
Good sir, no more. These are unsightly tricks. Return you to my sister.
Never, Regan. She hath abated me of half my train, looked black upon me, struck me with her tongue, most serpent-like upon the very heart. The stored vengeances of heaven fall on her ingrateful top. Strike her young bones, you taking heirs with lameness. You nimble lightnings, dart your blinding flames into her scornful eyes. Infect her beauty, you fen-sucked fogs, drawn by the powerful sun to fall and blast her pride.
Oh, the blessed gods! So will you wish on me when the rash mood is on.
No, Regan, thou'lt never have my curse. Thy tender, hefted nature shall not give thee o'er to harshness. Her eyes are fierce, but thine do comfort and not burn. 'Tis not in thee to grudge my pleasures, to scant my sizes, to bandy hasty words, to cut off my train, and, in conclusion, to oppose the bolt against my coming in. Thou better know'st the effects of courtesy, the bonds of childhood, the dues of gratitude. Thy half of the kingdom thou hast not forgot wherein I thee endowed.
Good sir, to the purpose.
Who put my man into stocks?
What trumpet's that?
I know it, my sister's. This approves her letter that she was singing.
Is your lady come? This is a slave whose easy bar of pride dwells in the fickle grace of her he follows. Out, varlet, from my sight!
What meets your grace?
Who stalked my servant? Regan, I have good hopes thou didst not know on it. Who comes here? Oh, heavens, if you do love old men, if your sweet sway allow obedience, if you yourselves are old, make it your cause, send down and take my part. Art not ashamed to look upon this beard? Regan, will take her by the hand?
Why not by the hand, sir? How have I offended? All's not offense that indiscretion finds and dotage terms so.
Who stopped my servant?
I set him there, sir. But his own disorders deserved much less advancement.
You, did you?
I pray you, father, be weak, seem so. If to the expiration of your month you will return and sojourn with my sister, dismissing half your train, come then to me. I brought from home and out of that provision which shall be needful for your entertainment.
Return with her? And 50 men dismissed? No. Rather, I abjure all routes and choose to wage against the enmity of the air, to be comrade with the wolf and owl. Necessity's sharp pinch. Return with her? Why, the hot-blooded France that dowerless took our youngest born, I could as well be brought to knee his throne, and squire-like pension beg to keep base life afoot. Return with her? Persuade me rather to be slave and sumpter to this detested grove.
At your choice, sir.
My pretty daughter, do not make me mad. I'll not trouble thee, my child. We'll no more meet, no more see one another. Forget thou art my flesh, my blood, my daughter. Rather, a disease that's in my flesh, which I must needs call mine. I'll not chide thee. Let shame come when it will. I do not call it. Mend when thou canst, be better at thy leisure. I can be patient. I can stay with Regan, I and my 100 knights.
Not altogether so. I look not for you yet, nor am provided for your fit welcome. Give ear, sir, to my sister. For those that mingle reason with your passion must be content to think you old and so, but she knows what she does.
He is well spoken.
I dare vouch it, sir. What? 50 followers? Is it not well? What should you need of more? Yea, or so many, sith that both charge and danger speak against so great a number? How, in one house, should many people under 2 commands hold amity? 'Tis hard, almost impossible.
Why might not you, my lord, receive attendance from those that she calls servants, or from mine?
Why not, my lord? If then they chance to slack you, we could control them. If you will come to me, though now I spy a danger, I entreat you to bring but 5 and 20. To no more will I give place or notice.
I gave you all,
And in good time you gave it.
made you my guardians, my depositaries, but kept a reservation to be followed by such a number. What? Must I come to you with 5 and 20, Regan? Said you so?
And speak it again, no more with me.
Those wicked creatures do look well favored when others are more wicked. Not being the worst stands in some rank of praise. I'll go with thee, and thy 50 doth double her 5 and 20, and thou art twice her love.
Hear me, my lord. What need you 5 and 20, 10 or 5, to follow in a house where twice so many have a command to tend you?
What need 1?
Reason not the need. Our basest beggars are in the poorest things superfluous. Allow not nature more than nature needs. Man's life's as cheap as beasts, but for true need, your heavens give me patience. Patience I need. You see me here, you gods, a poor old man, as full of grief as age, wretched in both. If it be you that stir these daughters' hearts against me, fool me not so much to bear it tamely. Touch me with noble anger, and let not women's weapons, water drops, stain my man's cheeks. No, you unnatural hags, I will have such revenges on you both that all the world shall. I will do such things. What they are yet I know not, but they shall be the terrors of the earth. You think I'll weep? No, I'll not weep. I have full cause of weeping, but this heart shall break into 100,000 flaws ere I'll weep. Oh, fool, I shall go mad.
Will be a storm. Let us withdraw.
This house is little. The old man and his people cannot be moved stone.
'Tis his own blame. Hath put himself in rest who must needs taste his fall.
For his particular, I'll receive him gladly, but not one follower.
So am my purpose. Where is my lord of Gloucester? Followed the old man hither. He is returned.
The king is in high rage.
Whither is he going?
He calls the horse, but will I know not whither.
'Tis best to give him way. He leads himself.
My lord, entreat him by no means to stay.
Alack, the night comes on, and the bleak winds do sorely ruffle. For many miles about there's scarce a bush.
Good sir, to willful men, the injuries that they themselves procure must be their schoolmasters. Shut up your doors. He is attended with a desperate train, and what they may incense him to, being apt to have his ear abused. Wisdom bids fear.
Shut up your doors, my lord. 'Tis a wild night. My reading counsels well. Come out of the storm.
Who's there besides foul weather?
One might like the weather, boast too quietly.
I know you. Where's the king?
Contending with the fretful elements.
But who is with him?
None but the fool who labors to have justice much their injuries.
I do know you, and dare upon my word commend a dear thing to you. There is division twixt Albany and Cornwall, who have not that their great stars have Berlin set high, servants, who seem no less, which are to France, the spies and speculations intelligent of our state. What hath been seen either in snuffs and packings of the dukes, or the hard rain which both have borne against the old kind king, or something deeper, whereof perchance these are but furnishings. But true it is, from France there comes a power into our scattered kingdom, who already, wise in our negligence, have secret feet in some of our best ports and are at point to show their open banner. Now to you, if you dare build so far to make your speed to Dover, you will find some that will thank you, making just report of how unnatural and bematting sorrow the king hath caused to plague. I am a man of blood and breeding, and from some knowledge and assurance offer this office to you.
I will talk further with you.
No, do not. For proof that I am much more than my outlaw, open this purse and take what it contains. If you shall see Cordelia, as fear not but you shall, show her this ring, and she will tell you who your fellow is that yet you do not know. Fie on this storm. I will go seek the king.
Give me your hand. Have you no more to say?
New words, but to effect more than all yet. That when we have found the king, in which you are paid that way, all this, he that first lights on him, hollow the other.
Blow, winds, and crack your cheeks. Rage, blow! Cataracts and hurricanes spout till you drench the steeples, drown the tops. Sulphurous and thought-executing fires, gaunt couriers to oak-cleaving thunderbolts, singe my white head. And thou, all shaking thunder, smite flat the thick rotundity of the world, crack nature's molds, and jar and spill at once that make ingrateful man.
Nuncle! Pour holy water in a dry place is better than this rain water at a door. Prithee, Nuncle, in. Ask thy daughter's blessing. Here's a night that needs neither wise man nor fool.
Rumble thy belly full, spit fire, spout rain. Your rain, wind, thunder, fire are my daughters. I tax not you, you elements with unkindness. I never gave you kingdom, called you children. You owe me no subscription. Then let fall your horrible pleasure. Here I stand, your slave, poor, infirm, weak, and despised old man. I call you servile ministers that have with two pernicious daughters joined your high engendered battles against a head so old and white as this. Oh, 'tis foul!
He that has a house to put his head in has a good headpiece. The codpiece that will rouse, or the head has the head and he shall lapse, so beggars marry men. Man makes his toe, or he his heart shall up a corn cry woe, and turn his sleep to wake. There never was yet fair woman, but she may now as laugh.
of all patience. I will say nothing.
Who's there? Marry, here's grace and a codpiece. That's a wise man and a fool.
Alas, are you here? Queens that love night love not such nights as these. The wrathful skies do gallow the very wanderers of the dark and make them keep their caves. Since I was man, such sheets of fire, such bursts of horrid thunder, such gusts of roaring wind and rain I never remember to have seen. Man's nature cannot hold the affliction nor the fear.
The great gods that keep this dreadful pother over our heads, find out their enemies now. O thou wretch, hast within thee undivulged crimes, unwhipped of justice. Hide thee, thou bloody hand, and thou perjured, and thou similar man of virtue that art incestuous, caitiff to pieces shake. Under covert and convenient seeming hast practiced on man's life. Close pent-up guilt, I here concealing continence, and cry your dreadful summoner's grace. I am a man more sinned against than sinning.
Black, bareheaded, gracious my lord, hard by here is a hovel. Some friendship will lift you against the tempest. Repose you there, while I to this hard house return and force their scanted courtesy.
My wits begin to turn. Now, my boy, your nuts and my boy are cold. I am cold myself. Now bring us to this hovel. The art of our necessity is strange that can make vile things precious. Come, your hovel. Poor fool and knave. I have one part in my heart that's sorry yet for thee.
He that has but a little tiny wit, with the hay-ho, the wind and the rain, must make content with his fortune fit. For the rain, it raineth every day.
True, my good boy. Now, bring us to this hovel.
This is a brave night to cool a courtesan. I'll speak a prophecy ere I go. When priests are more in word than matter, when brewers mar their malt with water, when nobles are their tailors' tutors, no heretics burned but wenches suitors, when every case in law is right, no squire in debt, nor no poor knight, when slanderers do not live in tongues, nor cut purses come not to throngs, when usurers tell their gold in the field, and bawds and whores to churches build, then shall the realm of Albion come to great confusion. Then comes the time who lives to see it. The going shall be used for it. This prophecy rarely shall, for I live before his time.
This unnatural dealing. When I desired their leave that I might pity him, they took from me the use of mine own house. Charged me, on pain of their perpetual displeasure, neither to speak for him, entreat for him, nor any way sustain him.
Most savage and unnatural.
Go to, say nothing. There's a division betwixt the dukes, and a worse matter than that. I have this night received a letter. It's dangerous to be spoken of. I have locked the letter in my closet. These injuries the king now bears will be revenged home. It's part of a power already flitted. We must incline to the king. I shall seek him and quickly meet him. Go you and maintain talk with the duke that my charity be not with him received. If he asks for me, I am ill and gone to bed. Though I die for it, as no less than threatened me. And if the king, my old master, must be relieved. There's some strange thing toward Edmund. Pray you, be careful.
This courtesy forbidden shall the Duke instantly know, and of that letter too. This seems a fair deserving and must draw me. That which my father loses, no less than all. The younger rises when the old doth fall.
Here is the place, my lord. Good my lord, enter. The tyranny of the open night's too rough for nature to endure.
Let me alone.
Good my lord, enter here.
Wilt break my heart?
I had rather break mine own. Good my lord, enter.
Thou thinkst as much that this contentious storm invades us to the skin. So 'tis to thee. But where the greater malady is fixed, the lesser is scarce felt. The tempest in my mind doth from my senses take
see what beats there. Filial ingratitude. Is it not as this mouth should tear this hand for lifting food to it? I will punish home. No, I will weep no more. Such a night to shut me out. Pour on, I will endure. And such a night as this, Regan, Goneril, your old kind father, whose frank heart gave all. Let my madness rise. Let me shun that. No more of that.
Good my lord, enter here.
Prithee, go in thyself. Seek thine own ease. This tempest will not give me leave to ponder on things would hurt me more. But I'll go in. In boy, go first. Houseless poverties. Nay, get thee in. I'll pray, and then I'll sleep. Poor naked wretches, wheresoe'er you are, that bide the pelting of this pitiless storm, how shall your houseless heads and unfed sides, your looped and windowed raggedness defend you from seasons such as this? Oh, I've taken too little care of this. Take physic. Come, expose thyself to feel what wretches feel, that thou mayst shake the superflux to them and show the heavens more just.
Come on in here, Uncle. There's a spirit.
Help me, help me! Who's there?
A spirit. He says his name is Bully Tom.
What art thou that dost grumble there in the straw? Come forth!
Away! The foul fiend follows me. Through the sharp poplar blows the cold wind. Home! Go to thy cold bed and warm thee.
Hast thou given all to thy two daughters? And art thou come to this?
Who gives anything to poor Tom, whom the foul fiend hath led through fire and through flame, that hath laid knives under his pillow, set halters in his pew, ratsbane by his board to make him proud of heart, to ride on a bay trotting horse over 4-inch bridges, to course his own shadow for a traitor. Bless thy 5 foot. Tom's a cold. Oh, do day. Do poor Tom some charity, whom the foul fiend vexes. And there can I have him. And there again. And there.
Have his two daughters brought him to this pass? Wouldst thou say nothing? Didst thou give them all?
Nay, he reserved a blanket, else we'd all be ashamed.
Now, all the vengeances of heaven that hang fated o'er men's spots, light on his daughters.
He hath no daughters, sir.
Death traitor. Nothing could have subdued nature to such a lowness but his unkind daughters. Is it the fashion that discarded fathers should show such little mercy on their flesh? Judicious punishment. 'Twas this flesh begot those pelican daughters. Pillicock sat on Pillicock Hill. Halloo, halloo, loo, loo.
This night can turn us all to fools and madmen.
Take heed, the foul fiend. Obey thy parents. Keep thy word justly. Swear not. Commit not with man's form spouse. Set not thy sweetheart on proud array. Tom's cold.
What hast thou been?
A serving man. Proud in heart and mind. That curled my hair. Wore feathers in my cap. Served the lust of my mistress' heart and did the act of darkness with her. One that slept in the contriving of lust and waked to do it. One of die dearly, dice deeply, and in woman out paramored the Turk. False of heart, light of ear, bloody of hand. Hog in swamp, fox in stealth, dog in madness, lion in prey. Let not the creaking of shoes, nor the rustling of silks betray thy poor heart, woman. Keep thy foot out of lockers, thy hand out of plackets, thy pen from lenders' books, and defy the foul fiend. Still through the hawthorn blows the cold wind. Says some, Manha, no money. Nothing, my boy, Cecil, let him trot by.
Why, thou wert better in thy grave than to answer with thy uncovered head this extremity of the skies. Is man no more than this? Consider him well. Thou owest the worm no silk, the beast no hide, the sheep no wool, the cat no perfume. Well, there's 3 ounce so sophisticated, thou art the thing itself. An accommodated man is no more than such a poor, bare, forked animal as thou art. Off, you lendings, come, unbutton here.
Knuckle! Was it not night to swim in? Now a little fire in the wild field, like an old lecture's heart. Small spark, all rest of the body's cold. Look!
How fares your grace? What's he? Who's there? What is it you seek? What are you there? Your names?
Poor Tom. And then eats the swimming frog, and the toad, the tadpole, the walnuts in the water. That, in the fury of his art, eats cow dung for salads, swallows the old rat and the ditch dog, and drinks the green mantle of the standing pool, who's whipped from tithing to tithing, and stuck punished into prison, who hath had 3 suits to his back, 6 shirts to his body, horse to ride, and weapon to wear. But mice and rats and such small deer have been Tom's food for 7 long years. Peace, Smokin! Peace, Alphine!
What, hath your grace no better company?
The Prince of Darkness is a gentleman, not who he's called in photo.
Flesh and blood is grown so vile, my lord, that it doth hate what gets it. Go in with me. My duty cannot suffer to obey in all your daughter's hard commands. Let their injunction be to bar my doors, and let this tyrannous night take hold upon you. Yet have I ventured to seek you out, and bring you where both fire and food is ready.
Let me speak with this philosopher.
What is the cause of thunder? Good lad, take his offer, go into the house. I'll speak with this same learned Theban.
What is your study? How to prevent the fiend and kill vermin. Let me ask you one word in private.
Importune him once more to go, my lord. His wits begin to unsettle. Canst thou blame him? His daughters seek his death. Oh, that good man Kent. He said it would be thus, poor vanished man. Thou sayest the king grows mad. I'll tell thee, friend, I am almost mad myself. I had a son once, now outlawed from my blood. He saw my life, but lately, very late, friend, I loved him. O father and his son dear. Truth to tell thee, the grief hath crazed my wits. What a night's this! I do beseech your grace.
I cry your mercy, sir. Stay with my noble philosopher. Tom's cold.
In fellow there, into the hovel, keep thee warm.
Come, let's in all together.
This way, my lord.
With him. I will keep still with my philosopher.
Good my lord, sooth, let him take the fellow. Take him you on.
Come on, Sirrah, go along with us. Come, good Athenian.
No words, hush.
Child Rowan to the dark tower came. His word was still. Be Bowen, I smell the blood of a British man.
I will have my revenge ere I depart his house.
How, my lord, I may be censured that nature thus gives way to loyalty. Something fears me to think of.
I now perceive it was not altogether your brother's evil disposition that made him seek his death, but a provoking merit set a work in himself by a reprovable badness.
How malicious is my fortune that I must repent to be just. This is the letter you spoke of, which approves an intelligent party to the advantages of France. Oh, heavens, that these treasons were not, or not I, the detector.
With me to the Duchess.
If the matter of this paper be certain, you have any business in hand.
True or false, it hath made the Earl of Gloucester. With me to the Duchess.
If I find my father comforting the king, it will stuff his suspicions more fully. Sir, I will persevere in my course of loyalty, though the conflict be sore between that and my blood.
I will lay trust upon thee, and thou shalt find a dearer father in my love.
quickly. I will piece out the comfort with what addition I can. I'll not be long from you. All the power of his wits have given way to his impatience. The gods reward your kindness.
Artretto calls me and tells me there is an angler in the lake of darkness. Pray, innocent, and beware the foul fiend.
Tell me now whether a madman be a yeoman or a gentleman.
A king. A king.
Nay, he's a yeoman that has a gentleman to his son, but he's a mad yeoman that sees his son a gentleman before him.
1,000 with red burning spits come hissing in upon him. The foul fiend bites my back.
He's mad that trusts in the tameness of a wolf, a horse's health, a boy's love, or a whore's oath.
It shall be done. I will arraign them straight. Sit thou here, most learned justicer, and thou, sapient sir, sit here. Now, you she-foxes, before he stands and glares. Wantest thou eyes at trial, madam? Come over the born Bessie to me.
Her boat has a leak, and she must not speak. Why, she dares not come over to
The
me.
foul fiend haunts poor Tom with the voice of a nightingale. Hot dance cries in poor Tom's belly for 2 white herrings. Not my angel. I have no food for thee.
How do you, sir? Stand you not so amazed. Will you lie down and rest upon the cushions?
I'll see their trial first. Bring in the evidence. Take thy place, most learned justicer, and thou, his yoke fellow of equity, bench by his side. You are the commission, sit you too. Let us deal justly. Sleepest thou or wakest thou, jolly shepherd? Thy sheep be in the corn, and for but one blast of thy minikin mouth, thy sheep shall take no harm. Bird, the cat is prey. Arraign her first, 'tis Goneril. I hereby take my oath before this honorable assembly. She kicked the poor king, her father.
Come hither, mistress. Is your name Garl?
She cannot deny it.
Cry you mercy, I took you for a jokester. Mistress.
There's another, whose warped looks proclaim what stored vengeance is her heart. Stop her! Arms, arms, sword, fire! Corruption in the place. False justicer, why hast thou let her escape? List thy 5 wits. Oh, page.
Sir, where is the patience now that thou so oft have boasted to retain?
My tears begin to take his part so much they'll mar my counterfeiting. Let them anatomize Regan to see what breeds about her heart. Is there any cause in nature that makes these hard hearts? You, sir, I take for one of my 100, but I do not like the nature of your garments. You will say they are Persian attire, but let them be changed.
Now, good my lord, lie here and rest a while.
Make no noise, make no noise. Draw the curtains. So. We'll go to supper in the morning. So.
And I'll go to bed at noon.
Come hither, friend. Where is the king, my master?
Here, my lord. But, no, trouble him not, his wits are gone. Take him in thy arms, I prithee. I overheard a plot of death upon him. There is a litter ready, lay him in it, and drive toward Dover, friend, where thou shalt meet both welcome and protection. Take up thy master, if thou shouldst dally half an hour of his life, with thine and all that offer to defend and stand in assured loss. Take up, and follow me, that will to some provision give thee quick conduct. Oppressed nature sleeps. This rest might yet have balmed thy broken senses, which, if convenience will not allow, stand in hard cure. Come, help to bear up thy master, thou must not stay behind. Come, away.
We are better seafaring our homes. We scarcely think our miseries our foes. He who alone suffers most in the mind, leaving 3 things and happy shows behind. But then, the mind much sufferance doth o'erskip, when grief hath mates and bearing fellowship. How light and portable my pain seems now, when that which makes me bend, makes the king bow. He, child, is thy father. And Tom, away, mark the high noises and thyself array. When false opinion, whose wrong thought defiles thee, in thy just cause, repeals and reconciles thee. What wilt have more tonight, save escape the king?
speedily to my lord, your husband. Give him this letter. The army of France has landed. Seek the villain Gloucester.
Hang him instantly.
Pluck out his eye. Leave him to my displeasure. Edmund, keep you our fair sister company. The revenges we are bound to take upon your traitorous father are not fit for your beholding. Advise the Duke where you are going for investment preparation. We are bound for life. Our post shall be swift and intelligent betwixt us. Farewell, dear sister. Farewell, my lord of Gloucester. Whither is the king?
My lord of Gloucester hath conveyed him hence. Some 5 or 36 of his knights, hot questers after, have met him at gate, who, with some other of the lord's dependents, are gone with him towards Dover, where they boast to have well-armed friends.
Fetch horses for your mistress.
Farewell, sweet lord.
And sister.
Seek out the villain Gloucester. Bring him before us. Pinion him like a thief. Though well we may not pass upon his life without the form of justice, yet our power shall do a courtesy to our wrath, which men may blame, but not control. Who's there? The traitor?
He is the grateful fox. 'Tis he.
Bind fast his corky arms.
I mean no graces, but my friends consider you are my guests. Do me no foul play, friends.
Bind him, I say!
Hard.
Hard! Filthy traitor.
Unmerciful lady as you are, I'm none. Ah, by the kind gods, 'tis most ignobly done to pluck me by the beard. So white, such a traitor. Naughty lady, these hairs which thou dost ravish from my chin will quicken and accuse thee. I am your host. With robbers' hands, my hospitable favors you should not ruffle thus.
What letters had you late from France?
Be simple, answer, for we know the truth.
What confederacy have you late-footed in the kingdom?
To where have you sent the lunatic king?
Speak!
I have the letter guessingly set down, which came from one that's of a neutral heart, and not from one opposed.
Cunning.
And false.
Where hast thou sent the king?
To Dover.
Wherefore to Dover? Was thou not
Wherefore to Dover? You first answer that.
I'm tied to the stake, and I must stand the course.
Wherefore to Dover?
Because I would not see thy cruel nails pluck out his poor old eyes. You are thy fierce sister, and his anointed flesh dig boorish fangs. See, for such a storm as his bare head in hell black night endured would have buoyed up and quenched the stellar fires. Your poor old heart, he halt the heavens to rain. Wolves had at thy gate howled that stern time, thou shouldst have said, good porter, turn the key. All cruels else subscribed. But I shall see the winged vengeance overtake such children.
Seated thou shalt never. Upon these eyes of thine I'll set my foot.
You don't think to live till he be old. Give me some help. Oh, cruel are you gods.
One side will mock another.
The other too, if you see vengeance.
Hold your hand, my lord. I have served you ever since I was a child. But better service have I never done you than now to bid you home.
How now, dog?
If you did wear a beard upon your chin, I'd shake it on this quarrel. Ah! What do you mean?
My villain.
Nay then, come on, and take the chance of anger.
Give me thy sword, peasant, stand up thus.
You still have one eye left to see some mischief on him. Oh!
Lest it see more, prevent it. Out, vile jelly! Where's thy lust now?
Oh, dark and comfortless. Where is my son Edmund? Edmund, enkindle all the sparks of nature to quit this horrid act.
Out, treacherous villain.
Thou call'st on him that hates thee. It was he that made the overtures of thy treasons to us, who is too good to pay thee.
Oh, my ponies. And Edgar was abused. Kind gods, forgive me that, and prosper him.
Go! I've received a hurt. Follow me, lady. Turn out this eyeless villain. Throw this slave upon a dunghill. I bleed apace. Untimely comes this hurt. Give me your arm.
I'll never care what wickedness I do if this man comes to good.
If she live long, and in the end be old course of death, women will all turn monsters.
Let's follow the old Earl and get the bedlam to lead him where he would. His roguish madness allows itself to anything.
Go thou. I'll fetch some flax and white eggs to apply to his bleeding face. Now heaven help him.
Yet, better thus, than known to be contemned, than still contemned and flattered. To be worst, the lowest and most dejected thing in fortune. Stands still in esperance, lives not in fear. The lamentable changes from the best, the worst returns to laughter. Welcome then, thou unsubstantial air that I embrace. The wretch that thou hast blown unto the worst owes nothing to thy blasts. But who comes here? My father, poorly led. World, oh world! But that thy strange mutations make us hate thee, life would not yield to age.
Oh my good lord, I have been your tenant and your father's tenant these 80 years.
Away! Get thee away! Good friend, be gone. Thy comforts can do me no good at all. Thee they may hurt.
Alack, sir, you cannot see your way.
I have no way, and therefore want no eyes. I stumbled when I saw. Full oft has seen our means secure us, and our mere defects prove our commodities. O Edgar, food of thy abused father's wrath, might I but live to see thee in my touch, say I had eyes again.
How now? Who's there?
Oh gods, who can say I am at the worst? I am worse than e'er I was.
'Tis poor man Tom.
And worse I may be yet. The worst is not so long as we can say this is the worst.
Fellow, where goest?
Is it a beggar man?
Madman and beggar too.
He has some reason, else he could not beg. In last night's storm, I such a fellow saw, which made me think a man a worm. My son came then into my mind, and yet then my mind was scarce friends with him. I have heard more since. As flies to wanton boys are we to the gods. They kill us for their sport.
How should this be? Bad is the trade that must play fool to sorrow, angering itself and others.
Is that the naked fellow?
I'm on.
Then prithee get thee gone. If thou wilt overtake us, hence a mile or twain in the way toward Dover. Do it for ancient love, and bring some covering for this naked soul, who I'll entreat to lead for me.
Alack, sir, he is mad.
'Tis the time's play when madmen lead the blind. Do as I bid thee, or do thy pleasure above the rest. Be gone.
I'll bring him the best apparel that I have. Come on, it will.
Sirrah, naked fellow.
Poor Tom's a cold. I cannot daub it further.
Come hither, fellow.
And yet I must. Bless thy sweet eyes, they plead.
Dost thou know the way to Dover?
Both stile and gate, horse way and footpath. Poor Tom hath been scared out of his good wits, good man's son. 5 fiends have been the Tom at once, of lust as obdicate, Hobbit's prince of dumbness, Mahu of stealing, Modo of murder, Flibberty give it to since possesses chambermaids and waiting women. So bless thee, master.
Here, fellow, take this purse, thou whom the heaven's plagues have humbled to all strokes, that I am wretched makes thee the happier. Heavens deal so still. This superfluous and lust-dieted man, that slaves your ordinance and will not see because he doth not feel your power quickly. So should distribution undo excess, and each man have enough. Dost thou know Dover?
Aye, master.
There's a cliff, whose high and unbending head looks fearfully into the confined deep. Lead me but to the very brim of it, I'll repair the misery thou dost bear with something rich about me. From that place I shall no leading me.
Give me your arm. What tongue shall lead thee?
Welcome, my lord. I marvel our mild husband not met us on the way. Now, where's your master?
Not him within, but never a man so changed. I told him of the army that was landed. He smiled at it. I told him you were coming. His answer wasn't the worse. Of Gloucester's treachery and of the loyal service of his son, when I informed him, he called me sot and told me I had turned the wrong way out. What most he should dislike seems pleasant to him, what like despise.
Then shall you go no further. It is the cowish terror of his spirit that dares not undertake. He'll not feel wrongs which time to an answer. Our wishes on the way may prove effects. Back, Edmund, to my brother. Hasten his musters and conduct his powers. I must change arms at home and give the distaff into my husband's hands. This trusty servant shall pass between us. Ere long you are led to hear, if you dare venture on your own behalf, a mistress's command. Bear this, spare speech. This kiss, if it durst speak, would stretch thy spirits up into the air. Conceive and fare thee well.
Yours in the ranks of death.
My most dear Gloucester. Oh, the difference of man and man. To thee a woman's services are due. My fool usurps my body.
Oh, madam, here comes my lord.
I have been worth the whistle, Goneril. You are not worth the dust which the rude wind blows in your face. I fear your disposition. That nature which condemns its origins cannot be bordered certain of itself. She that herself will slither and disbranch from her material sap perforce must wither, to come to deadly use.
No more, the text is foolish.
Wisdom and goodness to the vile seem vile. Filth savor but themselves. What have you done? Tigers, not daughters. What have you performed? A father and a gracious aged man, most barbarous, most degenerate. Have you maddened? My good brother suffer you to do it. A man, a prince, by him so benefited. If that the heavens do not their visible spirits send quickly down to tame these vile offenses, it will come. Humanity perforce must prey upon itself, like monsters of the deep.
Milk-livered man, that bearest a cheek for blows, a head for wrongs. Who hast not in thy brows an eye discerning thine honor from thy suffering? That thou knowest fools do those villains pity, who are punished, ere they have done their mischief. Where's thy drum? France spreads his banners in our noiseless land. With plumed helm thy slayer begins threats. Whilst thou, a moral fool, sittest still and criest, alack, why does he so?
See thyself, devil. Proper deformity seems not in the fiend so horrid as in woman.
Vain fool!
Thou changed and self-covered thing for shame. The monster not thy future. Were it my fitness to let these hands obey my blood, they are apt enough to dislocate and tear thy flesh and bones. How art thou a fiend? A woman shaped with shielding.
There, you're back now.
What news?
Oh, my good lord, the Duke of Cornwall's dead, slain by his servant, going to put out the other eye of Gloucester.
Gloucester's eye?
A servant that he bred, thrilled with remorse, opposed against the act, bending his sword to his great master, who thereat in rage flew upon him, and amongst them felled him dead, but not without that harmful stroke which Sith had plucked him after. He lost both eyes, my lord. Both. This letter, madam, prays a speedy answer. 'Tis from your sister.
One way I like this well, but being widow and my Gloucester with her, now the building in my fancy pluck upon my hateful life. Another way, the news is not so tart. I'll read and answer.
Where was his son when they did take his eyes?
Come with my lady hither.
He is not here.
No, my good lord, I met him back again.
How is he the wickedness?
I, my good lord, 'twas he informed against him, and fled the house on purpose, so that their punishment might have the freer course.
Oh, Gloucester.
I live to thank thee for the love thou showest the king, and to revenge thine eyes. Come hither, friend. Tell me what more thou knowest.
Why did King of France has so suddenly gone back? Know you the reason?
Something he left imperfect in the state, which since his coming forth is thought of, which brings so much fear and danger to the kingdom that his personal return was most required and necessary.
Who hath he left behind him, General?
The Marshal of France, Monsieur the Bar.
Did your letters pierce the Queen to any demonstration of grief?
Aye, sir. She took them and read them in my presence, and now and then an ample tear rolled down her delicate cheek. It seemed she was a queen over her passion, the most rebel ex ought to be king on her.
Ah, then it moved her.
Not to a rage. Patience and sorrow showed her she expressed her goodliest. Her smiles and tears were like a better way. Those happy smiles that played on her right lips seemed not to know what guests were in her eyes, which parted them as his pearls from diamonds dropped. In brief, rarity. Sorrow would be a rarity most beloved of all could so become it.
Made you no verbal question.
Faith, once or twice she heaved the name of father, pantingly forth, as it oppressed her heart. Cried, sisters, sisters, shame of ladies, sisters, Kent, father, what of the storm? The night, let pity not be believed. Then she shook the holy waters from her eyes and clamor moistened, and away she dealt to speak alone.
The stars. The stars above us govern our conditions, else oneself mate and mate could not beget such different issues. You spoke not with her since.
No,
Was this before the king returned?
no since.
Well, sir, the poor distressed Lears in the town, who sometime in his better tune remembers what we are come about, and by no means will yield to see his daughter.
Why, good sir?
Sovereign shame so elbows him. His own unkindness that stripped her from his benediction, turned her to foreign casualties, gave her dear rights to his dog-hearted daughters. These things sting his mind so venomously that burning shame detains him from Cordelia.
Alack, poor gentlemen.
Of Albany's and Cornwall's powers you heard not.
So they are afoot.
Well, sir, I'll bring you to our master Lear and leave you to attend him. Some dear cause will in concealment wrap me up a while. When I am known aright, you shall not grieve me, lending this acquaintance. I pray you, go along with me.
Alack, 'tis he. Why, he was met even now as mad as the vexed sea, singing aloud, crowned with rank fumiter and furrowweed, darnel, and all the idle weeds that grow in our sustaining corn. A sentry send forth, search every acre in the high-grown fields, and bring him to our eye. What can man's wisdom in the restoring his bereaved sense? He that helps him take all my outward work.
There is means, madam. Our foster nurse of natures repose the which he lacks, that to provoke it are many symbols offered him, whose power will close the eye of anguish.
All you blessed secrets, all you unpublished virtues of the earth, spring with my tears. Be aidant and remediate in the good man's distress. Seek for him. Lest his ungoverned rage dissolve the life that wants the means to lead it.
News, madam. The British powers are marching hitherward.
'Tis known before. Preparation stands in expectation. Oh, my dear father, it is thy business that I go about. Therefore, great France, my mourning and important tears have pity. No blown ambition doth our arms incite, but love, dear love, is our aged father's right. Soon may I hear and see.
But are my brother's powers set forth?
I, madam.
Himself in person then.
Madam, with what you do your sister is the better soldier.
Lord Edmund spake not for Lord at all.
No, madam.
What might import my sister's letter to him?
I know not, lady.
Faith, he's posted hence on serious matter. It was great ignorance Gloucester's eyes being out to let him live. For he arrives, he moves all hearts against us. Edmund, I think, is gone in pity of his misery, to dispatch his knighted life. Moreover, to describe the strength of the enemy.
And I must gaze after madam with my letter.
Our trip set forth tomorrow. Stay with us. The ways are dangerous.
I mean not, madam, when a lady judge my duty in this business.
Why should she be to Edmund? Might not you transport her purposes by word? The like something, I know not what I'll love you much. Let me answer you, madam.
Madam, I have
I know your lady does not love her husband. I am sure of that.
And in her late being here, she gave strange Iliads and most speaking looks to noble Edmund. I know you are of her bosom. I speak in understanding. You are. I know it. Therefore, I do advise you, take this note. My lord is dead. Edmund and I have talked, and more convenient is he for my hand than for your lady's. You may gather more. If you do find him, pray you, give him this. And when your mistress hears thus much from you, I pray, desire recall her wisdom to her. So fare you well. If you do chance to hear of that blind traitor, preferment falls on him that cuts him off.
Would I could be a madam, I would show what party I could follow.
Fare you well.
When shall we come to the top of that same hill?
We can climb up it now. Look how we labor.
Thinks the ground is even.
Horrible steep. Hark, do you hear the sea?
No, truly.
Why then, by your eyes anguished, your other senses grow more perfect.
So may it be indeed. Thinks thy voice is altered, and thou speakst in better matter and phrase than thou didst.
And you are much to see, and nothing in my change because of my garments.
Thinks you're better spoken.
Come on, sir. Here's the place. Stand still. How fearful and dizzy 'tis to cast one's eyes so low. The fishermen that walk upon the beach appear like mice. And yon tall anchoring bark, diminished to her cock a buoy almost too small for sight. The murmuring surge on the unnumbered idle pebbles chase cannot be heard so high. I look no more, lest my brain turneth for the deficient sight topple down headlong.
Send me where you stand.
Give me a minute. You are now within a foot of the extreme verge. For all beneath the moon, but I am not weak upright.
Go my hand. Your fellow's a purse, in it a jewel well worth a poor man's taking. Fairies and gods prosper it with thee. Go thou farther off. Bid me farewell, and let me hear thee going.
Now fare you, good sir.
With all my heart.
Why have you trifled thus when his despair is done to cure it?
O you mighty gods, this world I do renounce, and in your sight shake patiently my great affliction off. If I could bear it longer, and not fall to quarrel with your great opposeless wills, my snuff and loathed part of nature should burn itself out. If Edgar live, oh bless him. Now, fellow, fare thee well.
Gone, sir. Farewell. And yet, I know not how conceit may rob the treasury of life, when life itself yields to defend. Had he been where he fought, by this had thought been past. Alive or dead? Who you, sir? Friend! Hear you, sir, speak! Thus might he pass indeed. He revives. What are you, sir?
Away, and let me die.
Hadst thou been aught but gossamer, feathers air, so many fathom down precipitating, thou shivered like an egg. But thou dost breathe, hast heavy substance, speaks, art sound. 10 masts at each make not the altitude which thou hast perpendicularly fell. Thy life's a miracle. Speak it again.
But have I fallen or no?
From the dread summit of this chalky bourne, look up a height. The shrill gorge mark so far cannot be seen or heard. Do but look up.
Alack, I have no eyes. Is wretchedness deprived that benefit to end itself by death? As yet some comfort in misery could beguile the tyrant's rage, and frustrate his proud will.
Here. Up. So, how is't you stand?
Too well, too well.
This is above all strangeness. Upon the crown of the cliff, what thing was that which parted from you?
Poor unfortunate beggar.
As I stood here below, methought his eyes 2 full moons. He had 1,000 noses, horns whelped and waved like the envisioned sea. It was some fiend. Therefore, thou happy father, thinkest thou that the clearest gods, who make them honors of men's impossibilities, have preserved thee?
I do remember now. It's henceforth I'll bear my great affliction till it do cry out itself, enough, enough, and die. That thing you spoke of, I took it for a man. Oft would say, the fiend, the fiend. He led me to that place.
They're free and ancient thoughts. But who comes here? The safer sense will ne'er accommodate his master thus.
No, they cannot touch me for coining. I am the king himself.
Oh, thou side-piercing sight!
Nature's above art in that respect. There's your press money. That fellow handles his bow like a crow-keeper. Draw me a clothier's yard. Look, a mouse. Peace, peace. And this piece of toasted cheese will do it. There's my gauntlet. I'll prove it on a giant. Bring up the brown bills. Well flown, bird! In the cloud! In the cloud! Give the word.
Sweet marjoram.
Pass.
I know that voice.
Goneril? With the white beard? They flattered me like a dog and told me I had white hairs in my beard or the black ones were there. To say aye and no to everything that I said. Aye and no too was no good divinity. When the rains came to wet me once, and the winds to make me chatter, when the thunder would not peace at my bidding, there I found them, there I smelt them out. Go to, they are not men of their words. They told me I was everything. 'Tis a lie. I am not ague-proof.
The trick of that voice I do well remember. Is it not the king?
Aye, every inch a king. When I do stare, see how the subject quakes. I pardoned that man's life. What was thy cause? Adultery? Thou'lt not die. Die for adultery? No. The wren goes to it, and the small gilded fly does lecher in my sight. Let copulation thrive! For Gloucester's bastard son was kinder to his father, and my daughters got tween the lawful sheets.
Oh, let me kiss that hand.
Let me wipe it first. It smells of mortality.
O ruined piece of nature. This great world shall so wear out to naught. Dost thou know me?
I remember thine eyes well enough. Dost thou squiny at me? No! Do thy worst, blind Cupid, I'll not love. Read thou this challenge. Mark with the penning of it.
For all the letters sons, I could not see one.
I would not take this from report. It is, and my heart breaks at it.
Read!
What with the case of eyes?
Oh, are you there with me? No eyes in your head, nor no money in your purse? Your eyes are in a heavy case, your purse in a light. You see how this world goes.
I see it feelingly.
Art mad? A man can see how the world goes without eyes. Look with thine ears. See how yon justice rails on yon simple thief. Hark in thine ears. Change places, and handy-dandy, which is the justice, which is the thief? Thou hast seen a farmer's dog bark at a beggar?
Aye, sir.
And the creature run from the cur? There thou mightst behold the great image of authority. The dogs obeyed in office. Thou rascal beagle, hold thy bloody hand. Why dost thou lash that whore? Thou hotly lustst to use her for that kind for which thou whipst her. Through tattered clothes small vices do appear. Robes and furred gowns hide all. Plates in with gold, and the strong lance of justice hurtless breaks. Armed in rags, and a pygmy straw does pierce it. None disoffend. None, I say, none. I'll able them. Take that of me, my friend, has the power to seal the accuser's lips. Get thee glass eyes, and like a scurvy politician, seem to see the things thou dost not. Now! Pull off my boots. Harder, so.
Matter and imprudency mixed. Reason in madness.
Thou wilt weep my fortunes. Take my eyes. I know thee well enough. Thy name is Gloucester. You must be patient.
we came crying hither. Thou knowest when we first smell the air, we wail and cry. I will preach to thee, mark.
Lack the day.
When we are bored, we cry that we have come to this great stage of fools. This is a good block. It were a delicate stratagem to shoe a troop of horse with felt. I'll put it in proof. And when I've stolen upon these sons-in-law, kill. Kill! 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 Kill!
Here he is, lay hand upon him. Sir, your most dear daughter.
No rescue? What? A prisoner? I am even the natural fool of fortune. Use me well, you will have ransom. But let me have surgeons, I'm cut to the brains.
You will have anything.
No seconds? All myself? This would make a man of salt, to use his tears for garden water pots. Aye, and laying autumn's dust.
Good sir.
I will die bravely, like a bridegroom. Come, I will be jovial. I am a king. My masters, you know that.
You are a royal one, and we obey you.
There's life in it. Nay, if you get it, you shall get it with running.
Sight was beautiful. The meanest wretch past speaking of the king. Thou hast one daughter who redeems the general nature of the curse which twain had brought into.
Hail, gentle sir.
Sir, speech you, what's your will?
Do you hear aught of a battle tomorrow?
Most sure and vulgar, everyone hears that which can distinguish sound.
But by your favor, sir, how near is the other army?
Near and on speedy foot, the maid descried stands on the alley
I
thought.
thank you, sir, that's not.
Though the queen on special causes here, her armies moved on.
I thank you, sir.
You, kind gods, take my breath from me. Let not my worser spirit tempt me again to die before you please.
We will pray you, Father.
Now, good sir, what are you?
A most poor man, made tame to fortune's blows, who by art of known and feeling sorrows am pregnant to good pity. Give me your hand. I'll leave you to survive it.
Hearty thanks. The bounty and the benison of heaven to boot and boot.
Proclaim prize, most happy, that eyeless head of thine was first framed flesh to raise my fortunes. Thou old unhappy traitor, briefly thyself remember. The sword is that which must destroy thee.
Now let thy friendly hand put strength enough to it.
Wherefore, bold peasant, darest thou support a published traitor? Hence, lest the infection of his state take like hold on thee. Let go his arm.
I shall not let go, sir, without further occasion.
Let go, slave, without dying.
Good gentlemen, go your gate and let poor Boas pass. And should I have been swaggered out of my gate, 'twould not have been so long as 'tis by a fortnight. Nay, come not near the old man. Keep out, Chivorye, or eyes try whether your costard or my fallow be the harder. She'll be plain with you, sir.
Out, dunghill.
She'll pick your teeth, sir.
Ah! 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 Slay me, villain. Take my purse. If ever thou wilt thrive, bury my body in it. Give the letters that thou find'st about me to Edmund, Earl of Gloucester. Seek him out upon the British party. Oh, untimely death.
I know thee well. A serviceable villain, as duteous to the badness of thy mistress as vices could desire.
Is he dead?
Sit you down, father. Rest you. Let us see these pockets. The letters that he speaks of may be our friends. He is dead. I'm fully sorry he had no other dustman. Let's see. Let our reciprocal vows be remembered. You have many opportunities to cut him off. If your will want not, time and place will be fruitfully offered. There is nothing done, but he returned the conqueror. Then am I the prisoner, and his bed my girl. From the low warmth that whereof deliver him, and supply the place for your labor. Your wife, so I would say, affectionate servant, Goneril. Oh, undistinguished space of woman's will! shall plot upon her virtuous husband's life, and the exchange my brother. Here in the sands thee I'll break up, the post unsanctified of murderous lectures, and in the mature time strike the sight of the death-practiced Duke. This ungracious paper, for him 'tis well that of thy death and business I can tell.
The king is mad. How stiff is my vile sense that I stand up and have a genius feeling of my huge sorrows. Better I were distracted. Should my thoughts be severed from my griefs, and woes by wrong imaginations lose the knowledge of themselves. Give me a minute. Come, Father, I will show you.
Thou good Kent, how shall I live and work to match thy goodness? My life will be too short, and every measure fail me.
To be acknowledged, madam, is o'erpaid. All my reports go with the modest truth, nor more nor clipped, but so.
Be better suited. These weeds are memories of those worser hours. I prithee, not.
Pardon me, dear madam, yet to be known shortens my maiden tint. My boon I make it that you know me not, time and I think meet.
And made so. How does the king?
Madam, sleep still.
You kind gods, cure this great breach in his abuse of nature.
So please your majesty that we may wake the king. He hath slept long.
Be governed by your knowledge, proceed in the sway of your own will. Is he arrayed?
In the heaviness of his sleep we put fresh garments on him.
Be by, good madam. When we waken, I doubt not his temperance. Farewell. So please you draw near.
My dear father, restoration, hang thy medicine on my lips, and let this kiss repair those violent harms that my two sisters, in thy reverence, made.
Kind and dear princess.
Had you not been their father, these white flakes had challenged pity of them. Was this the face to be opposed against the warring winds? To stand against the deep tread bolted thunder in the most terrible and nimble stroke of quick-cross lightning? To watch poor Perdu with this thin helm? Mine enemy's dog, though he had bit me, should have stayed that night beside my fire. Dost thou feign, poor father, to hobble thee with swine and rogues forlorn to the short and musty strong? Alack, alack. 'Tis wonder that thy life and wits at once did not conclude at all. Who wakes? Speak to him.
Madam, do you? 'Tis fittest.
How fares your majesty? How does my royal lord?
You do me wrong to take me out of the grave. Thou art a soul in bliss. I am bound upon a wheel of fire. My own tears do scald like molten lead.
Sir, you know me.
Thou art a spirit, I know. When did you die?
He's scarce awake. Let him alone a while.
Where have I been? Where am I? Fair daylight? I am mightily abused. I should even die with pity to see another creature thus. I know not what to say. I would not swear these are my hands. Oh, I were assured of my condition.
Look upon me, sir. Raise your hands in benediction o'er me. No, sir. You must not kneel.
Pray do not mock me. I am a foolish, fond old man, 80 and upwards, not an hour more nor less. And to deal it plainly, I fear I am not in my perfect mind. Methinks I should know you, and know this man, but I am doubtful, for mainly I am ignorant as to what place this is, and all the skill I have remembers not these garments, nor where I did lodge last night. Do not laugh at me, for as I am a man, I think this lady to be my child, Cordelia.
And so I am. I am.
Your tears wet? Yes, babe, pray, weep not. That has poison for me, I'll drink it. And if you do not love me, my sisters have, as I do remember, done me wrong. You have some cause, they do not.
No cause, no cause.
Am I in France?
In your own kingdom, sir.
Do not abuse me.
Be comforted, good man. The great rage you see is killed in him, yet his dangers yet even o'er the time he has lost. Desire him to go in, trouble him no more until further said.
Will please your highness walk?
You must bear with me. Pray you now. Forget and forgive. I am old and foolish.
Holds it true, sir, that the Duke of Cornwall was his slave?
Most certainly, sir.
Who was the conductor of his people?
As we said, the bastard son of Gloucester.
They say Edgar, his banished son, is with the Earl of Kent in Germany.
Report is changeable. It is time to look about. The powers of the kingdom approach apace.
The argument is light and bloody. Very well, sir.
My point and period will be crudely wrought, or well or ill, as this day's battles fought.
Or whether since he is advised by all to change the course, he's full of self-improving and alteration, bring his constant pleasure.
Her sister's man is certainly miscarried.
Tis to be doubted, madam.
Now, sweet lord, you know the goodness I intend upon you. Tell me but truly, but then speak the truth. Do you not love my sister?
In honored love.
But have you never found my brother's way to the aforefended place?
That thought amuses you.
I am doubtful you have been conjunct and bosomed with her as far as we followers.
No, by mine honor, madam.
I never shall endure her. Good my lord, be not familiar with her.
Fear me not. She and the Duke, her husband.
Rather lose the battle if that sister should loosen him and me.
A very loving sister be well met. Sir, this I hear. The king has come to his daughter with others whom the rigor of our state forced to cry out. Where I could not be honest, I never yet was valiant. For this business it toucheth us, as France invades our land, not bolts the king, with others whom I fear most just and heavy causes may oppose.
Sir, you speak nobly.
Why is this reason?
To combine together against the enemy, for these domestic and particular broils are not the question here.
Let's then determine with the ancient war on our proceedings.
I shall attend you presently at your tent.
Sister, you'll go with us.
No, it is most convenient, I pray.
Go with us. Oh, I know the riddle.
I will go.
It very agrees with speech with man so poor. Hear me one word.
I'll overtake you. Speak.
Before you fight the battle, hope this last. If you have victory, let the trumpet sound for him that brought it. Wretched though I seem, I can produce a champion that will prove what is about to say. If you miscarry, your business at the well hath so end and machination ceases. Fortune love you.
Stay until I have read the letter.
I was forbid it. Let but the trumpet cry, and I'll appear again.
But fare thee well. I will o'erlook that paper.
The enemies in you draw up your powers. Here's the guess of their true strength and forces by diligent discovery. But your haste is now urged on you.
We will greet the time.
To both these sisters have I sworn my love. Each jealous of the others, the stung of the added. Which of them shall I take? Both. One? Neither. Neither can be enjoyed if both remain alive. To take the widow exasperates, makes mad her sister Goneril, and hardly shall I carry out my side, her husband being alive. Now then, we'll use his countenance for the battle, which being done, let her who would be rid of him devise his speedy taking off. As for the mercy which he intends to Lear and to Cordelia, the battle done and they within our power shall never see his pardon. For my state stands on me to defend, not to debate.
A man they brought even here.
What? In the plots again. Men must endure their going hence, even as they're coming hither. Likeness is all. Come on.
That's true too.
Some officers, take them away, good guard, until their greater pleasures first be known without censure.
We are not the first who best meaning having heard the worst. For thee, oppressed king, am I cast down. Myself could else outfrown false fortune's frown. Shall we not see these daughters and these sisters?
No, 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 no. Come. Now let's away to prison. We two alone will sing like birds in the cage. When thou dost ask me blessing, I'll kneel down and ask of thee forgiveness. And so we'll live and pray and sing and tell old tales and laugh at gilded butterflies. And hear poor rogues talk of court news. And we'll talk with them too and take upon us the mystery of things as if we were God's spies. And we'll wear out in a walled prison the packs and sects of great ones. Ebb and flow by the moon.
Take them away!
Upon such sacrifices, my Cordelia, the gods themselves throw incense. Have I caught thee? He that parts us shall bring a brand from heaven and fire us hence like foxes. Light thine eyes. The good years shall devour them, flesh and fell, ere they shall make us weep. We'll see them starve first. Come.
Come hither, Captain Hart. Take thou this note. Go follow them to prison. One step I have advanced thee. If thou dost, as this instructs thee, thou dost make thy way to noble fortunes. Thy great employment will not bear question. Either say thou do it, or thrive by other means.
I'll do it, my lord.
About it, and right happy when thou hast done. Mark, I say instantly, and carry it so as I have set it down.
I cannot draw a cart nor read dried oats, but if it be man's work, I'll do it.
Sir, you have shown today your valiant strength. Fortune led you well. You have the captives that were the opposite in this day's strife. We do require them of you, so to use them as their merits and our safety may equally determine.
Sir, I thought it fit to send the old and miserable king to some retention and appointed guard, whose age has charms in it, whose title more, to pluck the common bosom on his side, and turn our impressed lances in our eyes that do command them. With him I sent the queen, my reason all the same, and they are ready to appear tomorrow, or at further space, where you shall hold your session. At this time we sweat and bleed, the friend hath lost his friend, and the greatest quarrels in the heat are cursed by those who feel their sharpness. The question of Cordelia and her father requires a fitter place.
Sir, by your patience, we hold you but as a subject in this war, not as a brother.
That's as we list to grace him. Methinks our pleasure might have been demanded ere you had spoke so far. He led our powers, for the commission and place of my person, the which immediacy may well stand up and call itself your brother. Not so hot. In his own grace he doth exalt himself more than in your addition. In my rights by me invested, he compares the best. That were the most if he should husband you. Ha! Jesters do oft prove prophets.
Holla, holla! That I that told you so looked but a squint.
Lady, I am not well, else I should answer from a full-flowing stomach. General, take thou my soldiers, prisoners, patrimony. Dispose of them, of me, the walls are thine. Witness the world that I created thee here, my lord and master. Mean you to enjoy him?
The level of lies not in your goodwill.
Nor in thine, lord.
Half-blooded fellow, yes.
Let them drum strike, and prove my title thine.
Stay yet. Hear reason. Edmund I arrest thee on capital treason, and in thine attained this gilded serpent. For your plague, fair sister, I barred in the interest of my wife, 'tis she is subcontracted to this lord, and I, her husband, contradict your ban. If ye will marry, make your loves to me. My ladies bespoke.
An interlude.
Thou art
wrote. On him, on you, who not. I will maintain my truth and honor firmly.
A herald! Ha!
A herald! Ho! A herald!
Trust to thy single virtue, for all thy soldiers levied in my name, and in my name took their discharge.
My sickness grows upon me.
She is not well. Convey her to my tent. Come hither, herald. Let trumpets sound, and read out this.
Sound, trumpet.
If any man of quality or degree within the list of the army will maintain upon Edmund, supposed Earl of Gloucester, that he is a manifold traitor, let him appear by the third sound of the trumpet. He is bold in his defense.
Sound!
Again. Again.
Ask him his purposes, why he appears upon this call of the trumpet.
What are you? Your name, your quality, and why you answer this present summons?
No, my name is lost. By treason's tooth bear none and canker bit. Yet am I noble as the adversary I come to cope.
Which is that adversary?
What's he that speaks for Edmund, Earl of Gloucester?
Himself, what sayest thou to him?
Draw thy sword, that if my speech offend the noble heart, thy arm may do thee justice. Behold, here is mine. It is the privilege of my honor, my oath, and my profession. I protest. Maugre thy strength, youth, place, and eminence. Despite thy victor sword and fire new fortune, thy valor and thy heart, thou art a traitor. False to thy gods, my brother and thy father conspired against this high illustrious prince. And from the extremest upwards of thy head to the dust and descent below thy foot, a most toad-spotted traitor. Say thou no. This sword, this arm are bent to prove upon thy heart whereto I speak, thou liest.
In wisdom I should ask thy name, but that thy outside looks so fair and warlike, what safe and nicely I might well delay by rule of knighthood, I disdain and spurn. Back do I toss these treasons at thy head, with the hell-hated lie o'erwhelm thy heart, which, or they yet glance by and scarcely bruise, this sword of mine shall give them instant way, where they shall rest forever. Trumpets, speak.
Let us exchange charity. I am no less in blood than thou art in. if more, the more thou hast wronged me. My name is Edgar, and thy father's son. The gods are just, and of our pleasant vices make instruments to plague us.
Speak as
The
the
dark and vicious place where thee he got cost him his eyes.
It is true. The wheel has come full circle. I am here.
Brought thy very gate to prophesy royal nobleness. I must embrace thee. With sorrow split my heart if ever I did hate thee or thy father.
Worthy prince, I know it.
But where have you hid yourself? How have you known the miseries of your father?
By nursing him, Lord. List a brief tale, and when 'tis told, oh, that my heart would burst. The bloody proclamation to escape that followed me so near. Oh, our life's sweetness, that we the pain of death would hourly die, rather than die at once. Taught me to shift into a madman's rags, to assume a form that very dogs disdained. And in this habit met I my father, with his bleeding rings, their precious stones new lost. Became his guide, led him, begged for him, saved him from despair, never, oh fault, revealed myself unto him, until some half hour passed, when I was armed, not sure, though hoping of this good success. I asked his blessing, and from first to last told him my pilgrimage. But, alack, his flawed heart, too weak the conflict to support, twixt two extremes of passion, joy and grief, burst smilingly.
This speech of yours has moved me, and shall perchance do good. But speak you on. Look as you had more to say.
There be more woeful, hold it in. I am almost ready to dissolve your enemies.
This would have seemed a period such as love, not sorrow. But another to amplify too much would make much more, and top extremity. Whilst I was big in clamor, came there the man, who, having seen me in my worst estate, shunned my abhorred society. But then, finding who 'twas that so endured, he fastened, with his strong arms, he fastened round my neck, bellowed out his hill, burst heaven, threw him on my father, told the most piteous tale of Lear and him that ever ear received, which, in recounting, his grief loosened, and the strings of life began to crack. And 'twas then the trumpet sounded, and there I left him, tranced.
But who was this?
Kent, sir, the banished Kent, who in disguise followed his enemy king and did him service improper for a slave. Help! Help! Oh, help! What kind of help?
Speak, man!
What means that bloody knife?
'Tis hot, it smokes, it came even from the heart of, oh, she's dead!
Dead! Speak, man!
Your lady, sir, your lady, and by her sister's poison she hath confessed it.
I was contracted to them both. Now all three married in an instant.
Here comes Kent.
This judgment of the heavens that makes us tremble touches us not with pity. Oh, is this he?
I have come to bid my king and master I good night. Is he not here?
Great thing of us forgot! Speak, Edmund! Where's the king? Where's Cordelia?
I pant for life. Some good I mean to do, despite of mine own nature. Send quickly, be brief in it, to the castle, for my route is on the life of Lear and on Cordelia.